Okay, so this is picking up with session 69 on. Okay. Thank you, Megan. On the 30th turning of Third Shard, the party, when last we left off, our heroes were very successful in their racing endeavors. Despite the fact that they were getting triple attacked by the Red Coin Company, the Maroon Marksman, and the Eruditious Elite, the party handled it very well, with a couple close calls, and the scrap heap found protection shield charm really came in clutch as the party skated away, I think with literally 1 or 2 hit points on their chariot. You guys saw a couple of the things come up, including some kind of very powerful shark, very big shark monster attack and delay one of the parties. But the team managed well, utilizing different skill sets, using different abilities, and were able to successfully not only make it in first place to the make it in first place to the actual Chronal Rock location, thus earning themselves the extra points goal for that. You guys also were able to very quickly, within a round of combat, mostly just late, dispatch the attacking harpies that dwelt in the top part of the Chronal Rock area and had delayed one of the other leading parties quite severely. They delayed the Heirs of Iron, and now that they weren't even in the top 8 placings. So, you guys do have a sense of at least who is likely to be in the top several. So there's you guys, there's the Clockwork-looking group, who I'll just the party name's Clockwork Companions. The Silver Suns were the other group that was nearby that you saw, who looked like they were making it, and then the Mistbloods. Those are in the top sort of 4 amidst you guys, along with you guys. Trovalengatins, Eruditious Elite kind of are trailing that, and then some of the other groups here and there. So that's where we're handling. This is very loud. I like your vocals, lady, but yeah, there you go. So the party has come across a couple of. So first of all, just to reiterate and get it on the record, I am allowing outside of combat 1 round per 1 hit dice spent, just as an action you can do on yourself or other people. That way you can decide. So we are going to do a new initiative roll for this. This entire event is happening as an initiative roll with round counting, helping navigate decision making for each room. So I'll make it clear, like, oh, it takes 1 round to traverse most of the levels here, which I'll get to in a second. Take 1 round to traverse, and then if you guys want to stop and search things, there's 1 round worth of every party member gets to do a thing, right, and so on and so forth. Just so you know, and can make a gauge about combat, fleeing versus engaging. Generally, our combats tend to run 3 to 4 rounds on average, 3 to 5 rounds of combat. So you can make a kind of a judgment, and based on when you attain or enter each room, and what the round count is at that time, it'll indicate whether or not that room is likely to have been visited and potentially looted beforehand. And it's like, there's the early, medium, and late bucket. So if you're late to a room, it's likely it's been pretty well, scoured. I might not necessarily give you the hey, you're late to this room, but just so you know, that's kind of how I'm going to manage it, and I'm also keeping track of other parties and stuff like that. So that's going to be a dynamic experience. In addition to that, I think I had already given handouts regarding not only regarding the materials and rules and scoring criteria for the games. Yes, is that true? You guys have a handout that indicates that? Yeah, there we go. So that also indicates the list of items you guys are meant to be looking for. So if you guys want to or have the ability to search for those items by name or do anything else, you know what they are, and you know the relative scores of attaining each of them. That's all useful information and something worthwhile. Just remember, you're free to go full weapons hot on any other party, but you do get penalized for actually killing somebody. But you can beat them to pulp otherwise, and there's no penalty. You also get a bonus for rescuing other party members who are imperiled in a lethal kind of or serious sense. Okay, so that's that. Now let's get to what we see before us. So, We have each of these. So as you guys stuck your head under the water and approached the scene, you noticed that there are actually 2 towers connected, not quite connected, which we'll get to in a second, but they are of decently of a height of one another. The terrain and the little bit of extra grandiosity on the tower you guys are in, which is the Western Tower. This is the Eastern Tower. So, Western Tower, Eastern Tower. The Western Tower is a little bit taller than the other, and is sticking up. It's the only one that has its top above the waterline. That's Crenel Rock, which is actually the crenellation level of the actual tower, and its parapet with the magic circle, which you guys see is the finish line to get your stuff and then teleport out and do that. You guys have at least had a quick glance, noticing that the teleportation circle seems dormant somehow, so not sure what's up there, and you guys have had a quick glance to know that there is a trapdoor beneath some of the bones and nesting materials of the harpies that once dwelt here that you guys dispatched quite effectively. Otherwise, each tower has these levels, and they go from bottom on the far side of the table towards top of the tower on my side. So the idea here is to make it very clear what level you guys are on, and potentially, if we have an inter-level fight between parties or something like that, we can handle that all at once. The interiors of the room are otherwise relatively unknown to you guys, so there should be some separation between them. Sarah, do you mind just at least, right there, and just push it over slightly. There we go. So there should be a little separation between each of them to keep them distinct, and that will help. I don't have descriptions for each floor like normal. A couple other things to note. So any black tiles are underwater; they're submerged.
Okay.
Any pink tiles, that means that part of the tower is broken open into the outside of the water. So you could swim in that side of the tower. So for instance, you guys are at the top, you could go 2 levels down and swim inward. We're basically going to use this as the Z-axis, more or less, unless we have reason to worry about a combat out in the water. So does that make sense for everybody?
Water, not water?
Correct.
Okay.
We'll get to that when we get to it, but more or less that is correct, yes. And then, so the colored tiles of either stone, it's all stone, by the way, it's all made of the same sapio stone, unless I made the dark blue navy stone, unless I otherwise specify it's all made of the same material. I just used the tiles that I had, which was not all stone tiles. The ones that are colored are dry, the ones that are dark are, the black ones are water, or are submerged, and the pink ones are access points to the exterior. So you can see most of the ruining is along the interior facing sides of the towers where they face one another. Okay. Sticking your head down underwater, you guys immediately also notice that quite a bit down, a good distance down, several levels down, there seems to be some kind of bridge situation. But it is clearly, it's not broken, it's just like they stop short of each other. So there's like a little, almost like bridge balcony beginning, and then there's a statue on one end, and a bridge balcony beginning, and a statue on another, and then a gap in between.
So, even though this is not black, it is still considered underwater, right?
No, incorrect.
Oh, okay, That's something else.
Those are actually dry tiles.
Okay.
You guys will figure it out. We'll get to it as soon as we get into one of the rooms that's relevant for.
But this is water. That's not water.
And to be clear, this is. I just started running out of tiles that were circular and stuff. So this is also a level, and this is also a level. So the way this is read is there's a bottom floor, which are closed. How would I say it? There are bottom level each, which is where the stickers are at. Mm-hmm. Those are the bottom floors of each one. And there doesn't seem to be any kind of opening to the outside, which is why you have no clue about what's going on there, and it's so far away you guys can't see what's going on. Okay. And they're big enough that I needed to preset them up beforehand. It's bigger and it gets smaller at the top because it's a tower, right? So the way it's read is bottom, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, right? So the last one goes inward. So bottom, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this is the one that's exposed to the top on the other side. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Everyone on board?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great. So with that in mind, let's get the party initiative roll for... actually, before we get to that, heroic inspiration tokens. Let's get the... Pierce, do you want to be a bud and grab underneath the Steely Stands sign, which I should have hung up on the door. But anyway, there's a tin full of... are heroic inspiration tokens that we use, so I'm going to dole those out. Thank you very much. And remember, you can 3-to-1 convert to the large one if we want to sorry, 5-to-1 convert.
Did you heal?
Yes.
So for dressing up, you get a token. For dressing up, you get a token. And then obviously take foodspiration for those who did foodspiration. Sarah, obviously you did food. Megan, you did food. Felina, you did food. So foodspiration there, just to make sure we're on board. And then I believe that I had said that everyone who, I don't know if anyone tracked what they had beforehand, but I said 1 token will carry over from previously. So do you guys know if you had a token or not?
I spent on mine.
Neil?
I spent it.
I spent on
Spent. Nocturne we didn't know, so I'm just going to give you one, just so that you have one in the basis. Okay, actually, we'll keep this by, Megan, do you want to put that down by the base of the, yeah, thank you very much. And then you and Pierce can work to help distribute to the party who has their tokens. Let's see. Actually, I'll take one for Slate, please. You can just toss me one. Thank you, because he has his for me. I used Renostus's though. All right, and speaking of Renostus, as you guys, before, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the initiative roll for everybody. Initiative.
Brandon with Brandon. What's the clock?
Not with Neil's one.
Okay.
Not yet.
So this is party initiative. Okay. 25 to 20. Right? 20 to 15.
Nocturne is 18.
Right.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. Slate is at
First roll
19.
back. Good job.
Nocturne is at 18. That's great. Okay. Where are we at? 15 to 10.
11.
Okay. 10 to 5.
Hot 7.
Okay. Tennille's at 7. Renostus is at 6. Aneka?
And even hotter too.
That is even hotter. Okay, great. Well, we've got a good distribution. I think that's all the party members, right? And then companions and pets just take their turn after the person who's piloting them. Okay,
Fair rolls.
So-
rolls.
with that, we are underway. The team has arrived at the top part of Crenel Rock. So I'll read my description again. Jutting from the sloshing waters is the ruined crenellations of a tower built of fused blue stone. So fused, no mortar lines or bricks. Despite its unique architecture, there's something familiar about the style of its make. Very distinctly familiar, like you've seen this style of make before, even if they haven't seen the material used in this way before. The central area of the tower surface is strewn with bones, twigs, and rusted metal, the nesting site for the harpies that once hosted the space. Just beyond, you can see what appears to be a trapdoor leading to the interior beyond the surface, as well as the parapet that extends off the northeastern corner, set with a glimmering circle of arcane sigils, gleaming green-white light. It seems somehow dormant, and yearns to be awakened. So, with your guys' round here, what do you decide to do?
We were talking about you maybe having a locate object spell.
I can do that. We have a lot to choose from.
I'd say the bowl, like the final.
My concern about the bowl is that these were with magic people, and there are things that my locate object cannot penetrate. Just FYI.
I have a potion that will let you, it'll turn you a little bit more fish-like or krill-like, and let you breathe underwater, but you can still breathe air too, and it'll last for a long time. So if people need that, I can drink it, but I've got my cap of water breathing.
And he taps it, and a whole bunch of like little krill arms go. it's like a pink cap with krill limbs around.
Visibly shudders.
So if you'd like, who needs such a
Okay.
thing?
So Flo does not need it.
Nocturne does not need
Nocturne does not need it. He bought a cloak of the manta ray. So he,
Oh shoot! Yeah, I forgot to add that. So up by your speed, I've got you with flying and regular speed.
Mm-hmm.
You also have swim speed equal to your regular speed, and can breathe underwater while your cap is down, which is your hood is down. It's an action to move it up and down, but there's no reason to have it not up right now, so it's just up.
I think it was Anitka and Tennille are the only two who... No, Slate can't.
yeah, the three of us. I assume Slate's conny as fuck.
Oh, Constitution. Yeah, he's got a +2.
So I have a +3 3.
Well, at least I have him as a +2. He's another one of those. I have never really gotten his
Yeah,
full character sheet, so I'm giving him a +2.
Oh, I'm just as Connie as Slade. I've got a +2 as well.
I also can cast freedom of movement on one person.
Mm.
That is not concentration, and it does negate the half speed underwater. It's not difficult terrain.
Okay, but we still have. Who wants to have gills? I feel like a Netcar Slate, since you can hold your breath for a little longer.
Sure. No, Tiny. How do you feel about gills?
Fine. Sure. This place is weird, by the way. Like, Brainfriend's got some. He's not saying anything, but he's feeling feelings. I can feel them up here.
Feelings that you can feel up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anika, you can do that thing where you like poof somewhere else.
Yes.
So like if things hit the proverbial tower, you could like pop yourself closer to the surface.
If the surface is within 30 feet, yes.
But I mean, it gets you closer.
Yeah, gets me closer. I have shenanigans. I could fly. I don't know. How would a fly spell work underwater? Are we talking like penguin or?
I mean, technically, fly speed, which is what it gives you, doesn't apply underwater.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that would help you. So yeah, just a reminder about water rules and stuff like that. It's you can swim at half your normal speed without a swimming speed, and the longer you go, you're going to have to start taking Constitution saving throws or gain some exhaustion. You have a number of minutes of breath equal to 1 plus your con modifier, minimum of 30 seconds. And when you run out, you start choking, you drop to 0 hit points, and you can't be regaining hit points or being stabilized until you can breathe again. And there's some restrictions on visibility about depth, again, why you can't see the bottom of the tower. In combat, you have disadvantage in close combat with stuff that isn't basically like a stabbing weapon. So dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, trident, those are all fine. Creatures with swimming speed, ignore that penalty. Ranged weapons, disadvantage, and can only be used with their short range. You have disadvantage unless it's made with a crossbow, net, or thrown weapon, like a javelin, spear, trident, things like that. You also have resistance to fire damage while you're in. Every creature has resistance to fire damage while they're in the water. So just other things to think about. I'll keep that, I will remind you guys as that comes up. I don't expect you to just remind it as I rattle that all off. I memorized it.
What's Slate's speed?
He can get quite a bit faster. He can get up to 50 feet if he's got all of his things going. Right now, he's got 30 feet, but when he's large, he gets an extra 10, and then when his tattoo is of high enough rank, his tattoo is active, by the way, but it should last for 3 minutes. So that's quite a few rounds.
Okay, so he could have, underwater, he could have up to 25 without
Yes,
any.
that's correct.
Okay, so...
Remember, this potion, sorry to interrupt, this potion only helps you with, it doesn't give you a swim speed, I believe. I believe it just gives
it just gives you gills.
Yeah, it gives you the ability to breathe underwater.
Okay. So Conwise me and Slate.
Okay. So Neil's gonna cast freedom of movement on himself when it comes to his turn.
Okay.
That way he can move his full speed.
Yeah.
And because he has high perception, so he can scout things a little bit better without going into rooms.
Yeah. To be clear, I don't expect you guys to wait your turn as far as like when we're out of combat.
Okay.
This is just to have it so that it's when we run into combat, we're just always going to use this.
Okay.
And then like I'm going to just try and make sure that everyone gets a turn before we come back around to another idea.
Okay.
It's just going to help me. Mostly this is for me to keep track of like how many rounds has it been, that kind of stuff. Okay. But it also smooths out combats because they may be back to back or in and out, like we dodge. Because the floors are only separated by stairs, so it might be like we break away from the combat and then resurge into the combat and break away,
Right.
Okay. 135, Alter Self goes on Anetka, 246, it goes on Slate. So they're about equal.
Sure.
Go for it.
To Slate.
Bottoms up. Takes the effect, so he's gonna have that effect on him, which is the Alter Self.
Does he look pinker to you?
I feel weird. Anyway.
Just has the hint of like a tendril cut.
He smells a little fishy.
Okay.
I have one potential idea. Nocturne and I could maybe swim through the water real quick and try and peek in each room.
Yeah, so to be clear, a couple
Unless
things.
it's really far.
Yeah, so it's 90 feet tall, the tower.
Oh.
Each floor is about 15 feet. Also, Each tower is about 90 feet, give or take a little bit. Also, several of you are in the water. Slate and I think Annette are the only two that are actually standing on the rock.
Yes, yes,
some of you,
Yeah.
some of you got knocked or jumped into the water as
Yeah,
a
I was in
result
the water.
of like the harpy's mind
Yeah,
control
'cause
song.
I think I popped back up.
Um,
And I want to say Ren popped back up too.
okay, so Ren's up there too. So what are we all doing here with our round of like time that you have? Because the other parties are closing in pretty quickly. So you got to think about what you guys want to do. And
Is there a door up top? Is there somebody in?
yeah, there's a trap door I found over here.
Make sure it's not trapped and open it.
Right. All right, investigation check for Slate. Don't find anything. Seems fine.
Yeah, into the trap door. Because not everyone would have discovered that trap door, so it might be fun stuff.
Sure.
You can.
Pretty sure it just leads down below, but could be wrong. Do we want to check on this bones and whatnot, or?
I'll check out the bones.
Okay, so we're taking an extra round to like.
Do we want to?
Well, we haven't heard from Hoots.
I'm kind of catching up here.
Gotcha.
So.
I'd be happy to jump in because I have a feeling the stuff we want is going to be in there, not in the
Yeah,
harpy
if
bones.
the float thing is in the water with Neil.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we could go look.
Yeah.
Because our speeds would be equal.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Are you gonna scout ahead?
Yeah.
If they're taking around to scout ahead, then I will.
Okay,
Think about-
investigation check.
Perfect. Nice.
Investigation. Sorry, took us. That'll be
Okay.
13. Sorry, couldn't tell if it was a 6 or a 9.
13. There's some rusted gear, chainmail, broken swords, spears, that kind of stuff. You find with a 13, not great, but you do find some gold. You find about 30 gold worth of materials.
Awesome, we're rich.
Awesome.
Okay, you two who are swimming down, how far are you swimming?
I can move 60 feet if a dash.
Same.
So remember, so it's like think about it as a round. Like you're taking a round all the way down and the round all the way back. Are you going to do like half a round to do less so farther away, but save an extra
Maybe
time?
we do 30 feet down, 30 feet back up.
Great.
Okay.
Okay,
we'll
so
go
you,
30 feet down.
you go 30 feet down, and what are you guys wanting to look at here with
30.
your 30 feet?
Openings in the tower? Any way we can get in? Any
Yeah, you
signs
can-
of structures?
Yeah, you can see that there are. So go ahead and make perception checks, each of you.
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, we are at -5 at the moment because underwater there's no particular light source.
Okay.
There is dim light underwater, which I'll get to in a second.
Okay, I can see just fine in dim light.
So you're good.
So that's a 30.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Which
Jeez,
which
I'm just
tower
your
were
swimming
you
buddy.
particularly wanting to look at?
The one that the party's standing on.
Okay, so that would be the
This one?
western tower,
Yeah.
not the eastern tower.
2.
Two. Okay. You're just happy to be in the water, and you
Yeah.
notice distinctly that it is it's quite cold. It's also salt water, and you also hear a distinct whispering in your head. You also hear a distinct whispering in your head a little bit, and you just think of some times where you felt like I'm on the street, like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
around, like
depression
I'm not
water.
around, that kind of stuff. But with a 30, boy, you see some stuff. So you don't see, it's beyond your vision to see to the bottom of the
Okay.
tower, right? But you can at least tell that it, as from your top, like, right, you're here, you're looking all the way down at your own tower. There's not a ton you can see, but from your gaze, you can't tell that you can't see any noticeable damage to the point where it'd be like easily swim-inable.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, you can see what looks like an entryway though, like an iron gate. This was once somehow above water.
Right.
And you can see that there's an iron gate, a wrought iron gate or something like that, like a walkway into the bottom level. That's bottom level, but otherwise it's pretty murky beyond your level. Seeing into the tower, each of these pink spots is an entrance to that floor directly.
Right.
So you don't see one to the floor below you, but you do see ones to that floor, and that floor, respectively, in the points that you see. You can see also that seems to be pervading everywhere on the interior and exteriors of the tower a faint blue-green phosphorescent bioluminescent algae of some kind or organism of some kind that is creating a dim light. Also seeing into it, I'll just let you know that you can see what look like gelatinous and somewhat familiar to you, basically planes or barriers that seem to be preventing water flow.
Familiar in that it's like the prison from the hospital.
Yeah, very similar. And you can see large, unmodified barnacles, which is what were used in the making of that. So you get the sense that these are barnacle. These are what are known as barrier barnacles, and they create they're bred. They were bred. By whom would require a separate check, but they were bred to create impermeable to water barriers. They can also be used or tuned to keep out other different things, or bred for that purpose. But in any case, spoiler alert, that's where all the colored and colorless comes from. So, like, I don't mind telling you that because it's pretty obvious based on the terrain and what I've said, and it's going to come up right away. So, that's how some of the interior of the tower seems to remain intact and dry. So this is the third floor from the top, which I'm going to say in reverse order because I have it as top as like the sixth floor. This looks like, let me double check. Yeah, so this looks like some kind of library or book-heavy environment. Some of the bookshelves, sadly, look drowned or submerged, but some are not so. You can see at least one or two, you can at least see one large statue of some kind. That is also drowned. It's in like this point over here. So that's kind of what you're seeing on the front, the immediate floor, which would be kind of down a little bit below your space. You can also tell a couple of other things from swimming down, and you can tell this too, which is there seems to be a heavy current coming up, just like shooting up. So it's actually going to be quite a hard task to swim directly down much further than you guys have gone. Your 30 feet's about where you would have gone. It's a strong current. And you can see some stuff going on. It's a little too far to really get much inspection on the bridge and below. So I'm going to keep my description to the higher levels, excuse me. So that's what you're immediately noticing. The level below with the bridge, it looks like there's some big table, like a big table, on the inside of that. But otherwise you can't tell, like it would cover, I don't know, it's probably like 10 feet by 30 feet. Pretty big table if you have a 30-foot long table. So something like that in there. That's what you're immediately noticing beyond the extra things that I've listed.
Okay. So I'll tap flow, thumbs up. Point up and I guess use her badge to move back up.
One other thing I'll give you is just below the bridge on your tower's side that you were inspecting, you can tell that the floor below the bridge seems to be emitting multicolored light, like rainbow colors of light.
Okay.
So.
Brave.
So yeah, I guess we'll.
All right, you go back up.
Yep.
And with that, no additional rounds cost. We did the search there. Renos just gave the potion to Slate, who drank it and found the trapdoor. He opens the very rusted hinges. It seems that the door here was made of, the trapdoor here was made of wood rather than stone, and it seems rotten and very easy to just you could have punched through it without too much trouble. There's a spiral staircase that leads to the floor below, which appears to be dry.
Shall we go?
There's Tina will communicate to the party that there are entrances underwater. If we want to try that first, could be valuable to make the other parties think that we went in from the top.
Ooh. Said there's a big, huge table on the one with the bridge. That feels like where I might put a very important object.
There's also books.
I mean, we get bonus points for every books. You know, the ones we don't
Jump in the water
ourselves.
All right, so we're going to try and swim down to which floor here? So we're not going in the trapdoor floor, this floor here. Which floor are we trying to swim down to?
If everyone's in agreement, I personally feel like maybe we should start here,
right,
and see what we find and work our way down.
Oh, I'll say Slate calls out. He says, guys, looks like there's a desk and a bed in here, in this floor.
Bed.
Yeah.
I think I would leave my really fancy valuable stuff lower.
Okay, so you're going with book.
I think if everyone is in agreement, we should go for that.
Okay,
good.
so those of you who don't have a swimming speed, so that's Slate, and Anetka, and Renostus. because it's just water breathing, need to make athletics checks to see if they're able to do this, because there's some current, if they're able to do it in a timely fashion.
Plus your D4.
Oh yes,
Nice.
thank you.
Also,
Renastus did pretty well. Got that whole man strength. Slate did totally fine.
I know initiative is a little wonky, but do I get my token as a roll for initiative?
It'll be at the start of a combat round instead.
Okay. We'll do that.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay,
18.
yep, that's a pass, and Renastus and Slate both
Ah,
passed, so they did okay.
Evan.
So yeah, you can see other parties are starting to pull up, and you can see sort of beginnings of looking of different things. You see the repurposed gear one, where they repurposed the water thing to make some kind of like water wheel on the back of their chariot. They seem to be going on the far side of the rocky outcropping of the tower and its like other nearby reef environment, and they are heading off as well. So you also see the Silver Suns. They look like they are letting their chariot just drift, and they're already diving to the bottom of this tower. Well, they're not to the bottom. They're diving
They're diving towards that tower.
towards this tower,
Okay.
and don't seem to be intent on necessarily like intercepting you right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make it all over to the next level. You go through this space, and we've got you guys over here. You can decide on which side you're coming through. Right. So I need to. Yeah, I'll leave you to manage. I might need to recruit some of you from mini management. For moving the party down and around and stuff. Okay, so interesting.
Is Lori coming with us, or is she hanging out somewhere else?
She's coming with you.
Okay. I wasn't sure if she's just like clinging to Tennille's shirt or something.
Yep. No, she's wrapped around you for right now.
Okay.
Aw.
Make sure I can read my stuff correctly.
Remember when you weren't gonna make Tennille the mom friend?
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's good growth for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And then we've got. There's also a chair here, but I don't have a chair mini ready. So, in any case, you guys come to what appears to be some kind of library. Okay, let's see. Looking inward, you see that bookshelves line the room. There are several comfortable-looking chairs and an expensive-looking Umarin carpet. That's what that black square is, or rectangle is, upon the floor. It's by a reading chair, and it's just set in the center of the floor. A pair of what look like iron or otherwise some kind of metal statues are stationed between a few of the bookshelves. Statues appear to be made of strange suits of iron and steel armor. One has gone rusted in the waters and is decrepit looking, while the other is shining and bright, new looking. Beside the stairway leading downward. So this is a stairway leading downward. You don't see a stairway leading upward, critically. These are the barnacle, the barrier barnacles. This is what these are. So you can see they create, as the name implies, a barrier. This is just to help clarify. And they're organisms, right? They're like actual tangible things. But they create this sort of liquid and cool, like impermeable and sort of gelatinous-looking thin material that blocks the water flow. So that's what you guys are seeing. Stairs leading down below. There's a glowing arcane glyph near the stairs on this side. You're not in the room yet. You're just looking in from the outside. Are you guys going to go in? What are you guys doing?
Tennille's gonna go in.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay, you guys go in.
Push through the barrier.
Push through the barrier. It's sort of like...
Oh, it's weird.
I hate that.
And you guys go into the...
Is it not gonna go?
Already's going in.
Very much, and like all her wool looks like a soaked cat.
You smell like a sheep.
Okay,
You smell like a sheep.
so entering the room, all of a sudden you guys hear like a... I can't do the like pitches, but like they're ringing pitches that's in like the pitch of the room has changed. And you all sort of see now a vision of this room dry and intact. You see it where there looks to be a you see that entering the room from the stairs is a young, vaguely familiar Vianthan-looking man, or just similar because he's Vianthan, reading what looks like in a hand-scrawled notebook with sapio blue steel-edged bindings, and he kind of waves his hand idly at the flash of light with a flash of light at the wall, before moving to a bookcase in the northwestern corner of the room, and pulling out a book without taking his eyes off the existing one, and then the vision fades.
Can I go into that water space and look for where that he would have taken a book?
Sure.
I feel like we should divide and conquer this.
Yeah,
room.
I'll
Yeah.
investigate
Yeah.
the glyph by the stairs.
I got this one in the water.
Okay. So, investigation check, Arcana check. Any other characters doing anything else?
Is it still dark?
It is dim light.
Nocturne finds himself curious about the rug and wants to inspect it.
Gonna have to
Okay.
re-roll that.
Great. Make a history check
Nocturne.
for Nocturne. Yeah.
Okay.
Tennille is going to use his turn to actually cast dancing lights in the space to give him a light for.
Okay.
Nice.
So then don't subtract 5.
Okay.
I'm going to assume you did.
Great.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say you did that before everyone else did their thing. It's 1 round, by the way, that we're taking for investigating that. I'm going to move my T out of the round counter section. Okay. You can history check that, and that. Let me just double check. Okay. We'll start with you.
18 on history.
18 on history. Yeah, so Umaran rug making and carpet making is pretty famous. They make really high quality rugs. You're not sure, but you've heard some rumors about them also making flying carpets and stuff like that. You don't know if that's what this is, but this is like very nice. If nothing else, this is expensive. This person had very expensive tastes. And yeah.
Is there anything under it?
Under it? No. Nothing under it. It's tasseled at the corners and everything like that. It's done in like a rich purples and reds and golds type situation. And then you can see that there's a faint rainbow-colored thread that winds through the actual exterior of it. And with that roll, I'll just say you're pretty sure there's some magic here. Okay. Determining what book he picked.
21.
21. Yeah, you can. So, submerged bookshelves sadly filled with rotted and ruined remnants of tomes and texts. There is a single glass-bound book, and an almost glassy pane of blue metal. And you're pretty sure he took the glass-bound book off the shelf.
Dirty 20 on Arcana.
Dirty 20? Yeah, so this is some kind of warding glyph of some kind. It's not like the spell glyph of warding. It's a little bit more complicated and nuanced than that. But it's clearly some kind of, like you surmised, security or other something.
Mm-hmm.
So, you were saying something?
Can I check for traps and then take the book?
Okay, go ahead and make a
Maybe
investigation
take
check.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
I'm gonna take the book.
Oh, you get a token for Nat 1, lucky.
Yeah.
You take the book.
You wouldn't know it was
You
Strahd.
wouldn't know it's
I'll take
Strahd.
it.
Okay, you pull it. Immediately, the glyph by the wall, you're like checking out the glyph, and it just...
Oh, no.
And you can see it like a little sphere of light shoot from where it's at into both the carpet and to the metal suit of armor there.
Fighting armor.
So you can see it sort of animate. And you can see, as it animates, you can see there are metal plates that are shifting and bending to lean it.
Can I put the book back?
Yeah, you can put the book back. You do take the book, and you do notice that it led to this.
Oh.
It's a secret door with stairways leading up. So
What?
there's a stairway up. There's books on that bookshelf and on this bookshelf, by the way. But at the moment, you're a little focused on the things that are currently attacking you, so I'm going to get initiative order from them.
It's a rug of smothering.
The rug of smother. It's okay.
Should've.
Okay.
Is it one of the books that they want though? The glass cover?
It doesn't say anything on the spine.
It's just
Like it
glass.
doesn't. It's not listed as a like this
But
is this
we
or
do-
this is that.
Either this seems like it could be interesting, so we could just keep it, or We can get bonus points for books that aren't on the list, but they're just not. You don't get as many points.
I don't know that that's true.
I feel
It should be that there are 7 books on the list. Each of them is worth 5. Additional books are just if you want to take them.
Okay, maybe I misremembered.
You could sell. You could sell them if you wanted to.
If you want to take a look at that. That's all the stuff. So those are the books that we are looking for additional points. Which actually I realized the codexes are the 4 codexes that we have been told about numerous times.
Dang.
Yeah. So to be clear,
Dang.
the 4 codexes, that book, the 4 codexes, is a book about these 4 books.
Yes.
It's not like it contains all of these books.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Right. These are
Dang.
individual books. This is a
Dang.
reference to them.
Yes.
Dang.
But yeah, we've been hearing about those books.
Ah.
We're hearing about the idea of these books.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so top of the round, seeing this situation, Slate and Nocturne are going to be up first because we're going through this initiative order. You are seeing the iron or steel statue situation. Luckily, it seems like this one is the only one that's actually moving. That one seems to be too rusted and damaged. But you can see it's got like shifting metal plates, and its like arms are transforming into sword, into long pole arm, into different shifting situations, and then it sort of settles into a stance where it's got like shield plates, huge big shield plates in front of it. So you get the sense that this thing can like change mode or something, and has a high defense. All right, but in the meantime, so he's like, guys, I think we did something here, and he's gonna come into face to face with this thing, and he is going to use. This is Slate, by the way. Then I say he. He is going to go ahead and give it some right what for, and attack.
Give it the good one too.
Yeah, the 1/2. He's gonna start with. Oh, that's not accurate. Okay.
With his kill all armor ability that he gets from his tattoos, where he can kill
Yeah,
any suit of
he's
armor.
gonna
immediately,
think that the thieves' tools is gonna do more damage here, so he's gonna go with that. So attack roll with thieves'
Open him
tools.
up.
That's definitely a no, because that's a 10 total, which is not enough to get this thing. And the second attack, that's a natural 20. All right, so he'll take a token instead of a go there. And do I want double damage or do I want another action? I think he's gonna go with. Remember, another action is 1 attack if you do the attack option. He's gonna go with double damage. I think that's gonna be the better way to go. Here. So 4d6 off his greatsword. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, good roll. So that's 12.
Slate, do something great.
All right, so that's going to be 21 points of
Strong opening.
slashing damage to this thing. Despite getting through all of its shield plates, he finds an opening and you hear it making that grinding sound of metal on metal, and some sparks fly out. It seems like it can take quite a beating, and you also see in the little carving opening, you can see there's a multicolored sphere of different like fire and earth kind of churning together and stuff like that. He's like, guys, I think this is some kind of elemental. All right, he's done with that, and then he gained his token. And he also gains a token for being successful with his hit. He has 2 attacks, so that's
I'm
that.
not holding my dice. I rolled a 2 initiative. I've got the 5.
Okay, he's gonna just hold for now. He's gonna hold onto that. He's got. Let me just double check on his resonance. So yeah, he's not quite at that, but he is there. Okay, that's it for his turn. Nocturne, you're up with Flo after
No,
some
it's
other stuff.
turn.
Okay. Nocturne, I guess, is going to. He's still a bit hurt, so he's just gonna kind of like back up a little bit over here.
Okay.
And then I guess he's just gonna try to cast a firebolt at the big golem guy.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh, that is 21 to hit. I think.
Okay, 21. You get the sense that this would have struck, but the shield defenses are like adapting and plating in the way, and have actually blocked that attack.
Hmm.
Dang.
So the fire splashes against it.
Okay. And then with his bonus action, he's actually gonna cast Healing Light on himself.
Okay, how many d6s are you going to use?
He's gonna use 3.
Okay.
Since he's hurt.
Herb.
12.
Pretty good roll.
And
Above average.
that is gonna be his turn.
And you already took care of the hit dice, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay, that's it for that. So now it's the Force of Iron's turn, and you can see it's deciding to, like, shifting the metal plates into it and shifting out. So it is shifting into its it's going to go into its reckless form. So you see the plates actually like shifting out, exposing just sort of like a more metal core, and you see each of them going like bladed, and it's sort of spinning. And is going to move slightly, and it is going to make some attackers. So it gets 3 Ferris Great Blade attacks. Number 1 is going to be on Tennille. 20 to hit Tennille.
That hits.
Okay. Uh, 18 points of slashing damage.
Lord!
Next one's going to go on Slate. Oh, 13 to hit. Slate does not hit. And the one after that is going to go on Slate as well. Oh, it has advantage. Okay, so that still misses. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. 17 to hit him. And he doesn't have a shield at the moment. Oh, no, he should be able to be using... He should have been able to swap to his shield. So he'll do that reaction shield block from Slate. Actually, no. He's going to do his reaction Disrupt Mind, which is one of his psychic powers he can do, and he's going to cause it to subtract 1d6 from the attack roll, which does turn it into a miss, in which case he gets a token, and the creature takes 3 psychic damage.
Woo! Nice.
Okay, so this is 3rd attack on Slate with advantage. The attack against you, Tino, should have been on advantage. But that's okay, I hit already. 19 to hit Slate does hit him. He can't do his reaction again. He just wanted to build the token. So Slate's going to take some pain. Ooh, okay, 10, 15, 19 points of damage to Slate. Guys, ouch. So that's it for that, and next is going to be Flo.
Can I put the book back?
Okay, you put the book back. Doesn't seem to
Doesn't
be
change
affecting
anything?
their
Dang it,
situation.
I'll pocket the book.
Okay, you pocket the book.
Does that take my whole action?
I'll generously say it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh, start of the combat. Did you want to just gain a
Can
token?
I get my token, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you get a token from there? Sorry, I should.
Yeah.
I might need you to be like,
I know.
hey, start of the combat.
It's,
Interrupt me.
I know.
Because if you want to do a shot, for instance, at the start.
Yep. That's my bonus action. I will. I had one plan, but he moved away from the water. I'll run over to him and hit him with my short sword.
How much movement do you have?
30.
Sure.
Oh, does that not work?
No, I'll allow it. That's fine.
Okay. Hit him with my short sword.
Go for it. Attack roll.
And
You have advantage. Because it went reckless. Natural 20! Good start. All right. Would you like double damage, or would you like an extra action?
Extra action.
Okay. Remember, it's only 1 attack if you do it though.
Oh.
If you do the extra action, it can only do 1 attack roll if you take the attack action on that extra.
Oh.
You still want to take that?
I'll do damage. Just
Will do damage, you said? Okay. So first of all, token for rolling a nat 20.
if I already have 3.
Then you
Can
can
I
You
give
give it to someone who doesn't have any.
Yes.
Who does not have any tokens?
Pierce
Tennille doesn't have any.
or
Nocturne has
Nocturne
one.
and-
I'll give it to Neil. Did you have?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Or,
Thank you.
Renossus doesn't
not at
have.
the moment, but
Oh,
Tennille can
okay.
have it.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. So damage
Can
plus
I-
sneak attack doubled.
Can I do my crit effect?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Spend your token.
Yeah.
What do you have? Which one are you doing?
Well, it's the Vex property of the short sword.
Okay. Which the masterful strike is what?
Oh. Did I forget? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I can look it up.
I haven't played Flow in a while.
Yeah, we gotta get you up. We need to get your character sheet up to date here.
Masterful.
Yeah, so it's not on the crit effects. It's just you don't need to crit to be able to do it. But it's a Vex weapon, so the effect is go for the eyes, Dex save, or be blinded.
For a short sword?
Yep. I'm looking right at it.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yep.
I know. I'm looking right at it. Okay, so
No,
we'll take care of this first. It's Dexterity saving throw. What's your DC?
15.
It got an 8, so it is blinded. So you get the sense, you see like the eye slits. Basically, you've done like a twist with your blade towards its faceplate and actually crushed some of the metal to block its like faceplate a little bit, so it's staggering. All right, now damage with sneak attack bonuses doubled, or you can roll twice as many double. Yep, or you can roll twice as many dice.
So
Whatever you
these
feel.
are
All of it gets doubled.
all of it gets that would be 11.
Oh, sorry. The dice roll gets doubled, and then you add your modifier at the end.
Okay.
So what'd you roll there?
11, so 22 plus 2, 24.
24 points of damage. Very nice.
Crits in the first round.
Yeah, that's spicy. Okay, yeah. So that was one attack.
I'll swipe again with my short sword.
Whoops.
Okay,
why?
you have advantage because now he's blinded, and you went reckless.
Start calling your sword can opener.
18 plus 8. Or
18
plus
plus
6.
8, 18 plus 6, 24. That hits. And roll
And
damage.
just a single d6. Oh wait,
Yep, d6 plus your modifier.
4, 6.
6 total. Okay. Wait, your modifier is only plus 2? No way. Your modifier on your short sword?
Plus.
It should be
plus-
plus 4 right now. Because your dexterity is at 18, right?
I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay.
It's plus.
It normally
It's
is
plus 3.
Normally plus 3, but your dex bonus, it's your dex bonus, so that's going to be at a higher number. So plus 4. You rolled a 4, plus 4, so that's 8, so that's 8 points of damage there. Okay. And you used your bonus action, so that's it for your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Rug's turn. Time for the rug pull. It's going on to who's standing right on the rug? Looks like Anetka.
Anika and well, Lori is technically on to me.
Please let it hit me.
Yeah, it's going on you. So it's sort of like rippling under your feet, and you're like, whoa, whoa, and then it just sort of like twists around and tries to smother you. So, to smother, 13.
Shield.
Okay, so it sort of, and then is unable to actually
You
land.
think I can be defeated by fabric? She says from behind a shield.
I feel like you should have advantage on attacks against the rug.
Alright, so this is the rug. As it's battling away, and otherwise moves out of your position. But that's its turn. Alright, that was Flo, then Rug. Tennille, you're up with Renossus on deck, then Anetka to follow.
Woo!
That's moving.
You don't need to be mean about me. I know I don't move as fast.
Neil is going to. I don't think he's not going to cast it through flow, but the familiar mist that you associate with some of his summoning starts to appear, and instead of like it growing into the owl creatures that he's been favoring of late, there's just crabs.
Crabs.
Around him, there's little spirit crabs in a 15-foot radius, spirit guardians, and they're just like
Awesome.
Are they like,
I love it.
what type of crabs? Like pom-pom crabs?
No, I feel like
What's the gothest crab? Like,
they're two giant coconut crabs. They're just kind of like, yes,
are they black?
obviously.
Black with purple markings on the top of the
Yes.
shell.
They're terrifying, and
Okay.
they're just kind of like, and then bonus action, I am going to search the room or look around for additional threats.
Okay, perception check, go.
Perceive it?
I do perceive it at a 24.
Very nice. Yeah. No, you don't notice any additional threats, at least that you can detect in a non-magical sense.
Okay.
You do notice that it looks like the shelf that is behind you, you see a book title there that says Maker's History, Sapio Stone, Sapio Steel, and Materium.
Ooh, it's one of those.
You also notice that there seems to be what looks like a scroll of some kind with sigils and arcane glyphs and stuff on it.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for Tennille's turn. Renostus, you're up with Anetka on deck. Renostus, that's me. Okay. Renostus is like, oh, this is pretty interesting. I'd love to study it, but I guess I should help out. What is Renasus going to do? He saw Slate get a little beat up, but I don't want to burn the spell slots too early. I think he'll hold off for now. And instead, he is going to do... he is going to do Tasha's Caustic Brew. He is going to move... I think he's out of the range. He's going to... Actually, it's size large, so he can do it in a line above Anetka's head. So he basically drops a couple of tablets and then shakes up a potion, and then above Anetka's head. And the creature has to make a dexterity saving throw, which it fails. Hooray! So it is coated in acid.
Hooray! Huzzah! And hooray!
Hooray, huzzah, hooroo. Alright, we're going to use Hunter's Mark as the acid-coated marking. Okay, and that does, I think, no additional damage, but it does... Double check. Okay, that's it for that. He's going to command the bee. The bee's going to sting the carpet, because he's not sure that the bee... Where's the bee, by the way?
The bee's over there.
And we got to get your toad in here.
Yeah, your toad.
Totally.
Oh, would I have been able to use that on that?
You used bonus action to do something else.
Gotcha. Oh,
But that was
action commands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that is going to miss the carpet, because I rolled a 2. So... Okay, Anetka, you can go. I'm just going to look at the next of the spell text for
Okay.
cautious.
Does the acid damage that ran through it, the
This
golem
is the start of
thing,
its
seem
turns.
to be working?
It's at the start of its turn, so it's just kind of landed there, and it's kind of like coalescing, but you don't see it just shrugging it off.
Okay, well then I'll double it up. I will pull a bubble of acid out of my very wet sweater. There's been some dye leakage, and throw it at that guy. He has to make a dexterity saving throw.
7.
7. Yeah, no, that just not work out for him.
Doesn't sound very sexy.
Doesn't. Yeah, well, plate armor. It's not. 7 plus my proficiency bonus. That's 10 points of acid damage.
10 points. Very nice.
And then can you cast 2 cantrips on the same turn? If
As
one's
long as they're action, bonus action, yes.
Okay, well, because I'm cantrip adept, you'll see her kind of, like, it looks like she's pulling, like, wool roving from the ground and wrapping herself in it. I am going to cast Blade Ward until the end of my next turn. I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks.
Nice. Very good.
Nice.
Okay, well, that was an effective turn for sure. So we got that, and that. So that's top of the rounds. This is round 4. In the water outside, you're starting to see what looks like some shapes swimming around and stuff like that. And you get the sense, or get to see, what looks like you see the golden red dragonborn that you had seen at the jousting from the Mistbloods, who's like swimming and is pointing a claw like inward and looking up and pointing a claw at the room you guys are in.
Okay, well, if it's a Mistbloods.
And specifically, it looks like, to Neil, I'll just give you this with your insanely high perception roll. It looks like he's pointing at the book in your hand.
Oh, I didn't grab a book.
Oh, okay. Well, he's pointing at the book that you saw.
Okay, yeah, I've got plans.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for, he's pointing at the bookshelf, specifically that bookshelf.
This one here?
This one here. Yes,
Okay.
thank you. The one there. So, okay, that's it for, that's the top of the round. So, Slate's up top with Nocturne next. Slate's got a whole stack of tokens here. What's he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, he's at 5. Okay, so you see his tattoos gleaming and glowing. You can see he is looking pretty well set, and this thing just gave him advantage on all his attacks, so he's going to go for it. Oh yeah, natural 18 is definitely going to hit, so that's going to be 2, 6. Double 6s, so that's some hot damage. So it's going to be 12 plus 3, 15, plus his psychic extra damage that he gets to do for being at stage there, so that's an extra 3.
What's that plan? Spirit Guardians last for 10 minutes, so I can just have crabs follow me
8.
around.
I love that. I mean, the ocean itself is pretty goth.
So as you see him striking with his sword, you actually see like the air, and then you see the like a high pitched note ring out, almost like a high pitched gong noise strike, and the thing sort of flinches a little bit. So that's his first attack. Second attack I think he's just gonna. Oh, he was successful in attack, so that's another token. Indected tokens. Not yet at his maximum though. Okay, next one. Ooh, 17 misses. This thing, even in its weak form. So that is going to be a miss. In which case he has his bonus actions. After that attack, he's going to pull out his shield and do bonus action shield bash for another 3 automatic points of damage. So that is how he is running it. Now he's sword and board after swapping weapons.
What's my reaction to say something?
Sure, go ahead.
So I've seen the Dragonborn, and I'm just gonna kind of flow, sparks, bookshelf behind the robot, or behind the not robot, behind the creature. If you can get to it, got me.
Okay, next up is Nocturne.
Nocturne,
Oh.
because he's all about the fire. So I don't know if you can get to it, but Tennille is basically was referencing that bookshelf, that there's something on there we want.
Yeah, I mean, he could maybe.
Oh, by the way, the ceiling is about 15 feet tall.
I'll yell, I got it!
Okay. Then I guess I'm taking his new form as kind of being like he's open to attack this time, and he's just gonna try to firebolt it again.
Okay, you have advantage.
Firebolt them.
2 12s, 18 to hit.
18 does hit in its
Nice.
open form. Go ahead, 2d10.
6, 9 points fire damage.
And then add, did you add the 3?
I didn't.
Okay. 9 points of fire damage. So that's... Alright, this thing is definitely... It happened a little bit ago, but it's starting to look bloodied and worn down.
It's like well, I guess it's an elemental, so
It's leaking like sort of almost molten material. Okay, anything else from Nocturne? Bonus action?
On his bonus action, does that just count as executing an action from the giant toad, or? How does
Yeah,
that-
it's command, and then
Command.
it gets its turn.
Oh, gotcha.
Basically.
Okay, so yeah, with his bonus action, then he'll command his toad buddy.
And what's he gonna do?
What's he gonna do here?
totally awesome.
Totally.
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 He's gonna kind of like ribbit over here.
Okay.
And then with the 10 feet of reach here, he's going to use his. I don't know. Actually, can he rivet into this little space
Sure.
here? Okay. And then he's just gonna bite.
Go for it. Bite the rug.
How far we've come
Is that-
from him
that's
trying
not
to
good.
actively rescue a toad while it was eating Perna.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Still putting floors in his mouth, though.
Yeah. Yeah, red, just like his dad, just...
That would be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, first damage on the rug. You can see it kind of as it's like chewing all the wet frog juices getting on it. You can see the rug is sort of like
Thanks, I get it.
wriggling.
And that'll be Noc's turn.
Nox turn!
Okay, Noc's turn. After Noc's turn is the golem's turn. So start of its turn. Let's see.
Blinded.
It is blinded. It's
Yes,
also
Has to make a wisdom save.
okay. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. I was focusing on the acid. That it's got first. I needed to look up if it's 1d4 or 2d4. I wrote 2d4, but I'm pretty sure that's incorrect unless I upcast it. No, it is 2d4. Wow. Okay, so that's an extra 4 plus 5, 9 points of acid damage that thing takes just for having acid on it. Then it needs to make a wisdom saving throw against the spirit guardians, which is an 8.
Get
So-
crabbed, bitch!
It fails. So I rolled 15. I rolled a 20, so it's 20 radiant damage.
Whoa.
So just a crab comes over and just like takes a chunk.
Yeah, you just see it rip one of the metal plates out of the body, and a whole bunch more stuff comes dribbling out. All right, that's it for the start of the turn actions. It's blinded, and it can make a saving throw again at the end of its turn. Or is it just the blinded until the start of its next turn?
No, it can make a con saving throw at the end of its turn.
Thank you. I will do that at the end of its next turn. Okay, so what is it going to do? Well, it's going to go in shield form
I wonder why.
to protect and preserve itself. Ooh, what do I want in that stance? Well, it definitely doesn't want to do reckless form, that's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to go shield form and try and tank up. So you see all the plates close, and its shape like condenses in and becomes a lot more like agile, but shifting with these plates. Okay, then it's going to make 3 Ferris Great Blade attacks, all not with advantage this time. One attack is going to be against Flo, because you blinded it. Oh, it has disadvantage.
Can it see me?
It has disadvantage. It can tell that you're nearby because you were just attacked it and you haven't moved, so it's attacking the space you were in, which you happen to still be in. With disadvantage, it's a nat 1, so that's a no. Next attack, Sam, also on you. With disadvantage, that's going to be a 22.
Yeah.
With disadvantage?
Yeah. That's going to be 16 points of slashing damage. And third attack, disadvantage. A nat 1 again! I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 2. So it sort of and then finds a strike as you go. And you get the sense that like it would have cut your head off, but you kind of evade the worst of it and get some across your arm. Okay, that's it on its turn. What is up next? That should be Flo. It's you, and then the rug.
I'm gonna look for the book behind it.
Okay, yeah. With it being pointed out, you're easily able to just read the cover and see that
Can
it's
I
there.
tuck it in?
There's other books and stuff on that shelf. You just want to take that. There's a scroll nearby. There's a couple other books
Is there
unlabeled.
any other books that we want?
There's a bunch of other covers. You don't have time to immediately check the list, but that's the first one that springs to mind. That is that way.
I'll tuck it in my
Okay.
bag.
So note that you guys have one book. Someone note that down somewhere that you guys have the book.
The book. It was
One of the books. Sapio, Maker's History. Sapio Steel, Sapio Stone, and the Materium. Okay. That, I will say, is your action.
Action surge.
Okay. Get a
I'm gonna
token.
do, oh yeah, gain a token. I'm gonna pull out my little glove I was wearing and cast Shocking Grasp on the creature.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that's a spell attack with advantage because it's made of metal.
Okay.
And you are using the bonus attack of the
21.
21 is still a miss.
What?
Given its shield form, its armor class is actually 22. We managed this with his 21 roll as well.
I can't use Inspiration because you already told me. Okay. Okay. So that used that one.
So you see it, and it sort of still hits it with a spiking shield plate that blocks the attack. All right, anything else?
DC 12 plus. Plus 6 to hit in one place and plus 4 to hit. Oh well, I used the plus 4, so.
Let me see.
Picture of Shocking Grasp will always be Rasputin using it on the Mind Flayer that got 2 party members out of that
there's
room.
2 gloves. There's 2 types of gloves. One is more powerful than the other. The lesser one is plus 4, but the stronger one, which is the one you guys actually kept, is at plus 6. So you can use the plus 6.
Oh!
So that would hit.
So that one
That would hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage.
I'm gonna erase the plus 4 then. Because I think you must have described it 2 different times and I wrote it down and then didn't realize I already had it written.
It should be 2d8. Lightning
2d8?
damage. 2d8 lightning damage.
Oh!
The big glove.
Nice.
Ooh. 10.
10, very nice. But also remember, so that shuts off you see the lightning one. It's got a little lightning bolt to do it. Goes dark. Okay. That's it for Flo's turn. Next is the Rug's
Do
turn.
I still have a bonus action?
You do, sorry.
Can I disengage
You can.
back here?
And back into the water. Okay. That's it for you two?
Yeah.
Your turn? Okay, Rug, and then Tennille. Alright, Rug's turn also has to make a saving throw against the thing, I assume?
Yeah, if he's within 15 feet or it's within 15 feet.
Yeah, that's right. Right by you.
No better fabric scissors than crab
Oh,
claws.
well, it's -4, so 13.
That fails. I rolled an 8, a 7, and a 7 again, but
Whoa.
that is a 17. I rolled a 2 for the other dice. So
Very nice.
17 radiant damage.
Okay, so just... And you can see it's not too happy about that. It's actually going to take its action to disengage, and it can fly, so it is a flying carpet, and is going to fly out of, up to the ceiling, basically. It's flying up to the ceiling. Okay, just getting out of the space, and it's just sort of like, and you can see it's kind of scanning the room and looking at who to go after. It looks like it's focusing on Flo. That's it for Rug's turn. So next up is going to be Tennille. with Renostus on deck, and that could follow.
I'm not trying to persuade it, and I'm sorry, but I have to say it. He's going to call to the rogue. We can show you the world. Sorry.
Make a persuasion check.
I love it.
I'll allow it. Sure, I'll allow a persuasion check.
Oh, I actually rolled a really decent. That's a 19.
19? You just see one of the tassels go like...
Yes, please let this be how he's gonna fly.
Shivering, brilliant. If I run over and picking up the scroll is an action, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You won't provoke attacks of opportunity because you're already in its threat range, though.
Right. I'm just trying to decide if I want to help neutralize it faster or grab the scroll. Oh no, it doesn't seem very dexy. We'll try a Sacred Flame on it and see what happens.
It's not very dexy. 13.
That's a failure. Oh, it didn't roll so well. It's 9 points of radiant damage on it.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is... It's still kind of standing, leaning.
He is gonna move in kind of closer to that shelf, such that he can
Okay.
snatch that at the first opportunity.
Nice.
Okay. I'll say, there's a scroll there. There's also another book called The Turning of Time, and The Bones of the Earth, another book.
We own the bones of the earth.
A couple of them on there. Okay, that's it for Tennille's turn, and Renostus' turn. All right, Renostus is just going to firebolt it. He's seeing that this thing is on his last limb here, and he's going to firebolt it. Natural 19!
Woo!
All right.
Get him.
Get him.
He gonna get him with a total of 13 points of damage. That's lethal.
Nice.
On the thing. So he's like, oh, it's still around. And down it goes. I didn't check if it's blind. That's okay.
Yeah.
And you sort of... And you see there's a moat, there's some kind of thing, and you actually see a face of like molten sort of dribbling out and sort of dispersing and dissolving into nothingness on the floor. So you get the sense that it was some kind of elemental situation. The carpet is still there, but is sort of looking back and forth. Okay, that's it for Anetka's turn. Renossus' turn. Anetka, you're on.
Okay, so the rug is looking like
It's intrigued by Tennille's proposition.
it's intrigued by
It is.
Tennille's proposition. Let's see. So I don't want to hurt it because, like, smothering magic carpet, cool. Can I have enough movement to get to the other bookshelf and scan it?
Sure.
You want me to
Yeah.
move her to this one?
Yeah, to the secret door and just scan, investigate, see if there's anything that pops up interestingly.
Yeah, a couple of books that I'll just read them to you since you're right there. A couple books that look like, unless you're looking for anything like secret or anything, if
Yeah.
you're just looking at the titles. A couple of them are blank, but have the look of like very ornate-looking spell books. You've been around a lot of that kind of stuff, so you'd know. There is a book called Wind and Wandering Wonder. There's a book called Weatherwarm on the founding of Cloud Carvers. And there is a book called Scoured and Sorrowful.
Okay. And I don't have the list in front of me here.
None of those register. I'll just say for in-game character, your characters know what's on the list and know at least to read for those things.
Okay.
None of them are that. It doesn't also. None of them say like Jacerion's journal or anything like that either.
Yeah.
But
She'll
you
grab
don't know.
the spellbook looking ones and stuff them in her bag.
Okay, there's two of them.
Yeah.
Great. That's it for Anetka's turn. The action was to grab that. So top of the round, round 5. Okay. Not fifth round of combat, but top of the round in terms of since you guys entered. Okay. Slate is up. Nocturne on deck. Guys, are we fighting or trying to flirt with this rug?
Make friends. Make friends.
Right. Not really my strong point.
Then grab the scroll.
Right. Do you have anything to stop, like, it being magical or shut down? I'm pretty sure, because my sword, like this flying sword, it doesn't work with magic. If you, like, dispel or stop magic, it doesn't work anymore. So, Anetka, do you have anything like that?
Not on me today.
I don't want to dispel it because then it will not be a flying carpet.
Could be. But he's going to go check over the stuff in the bookshelf. He's like, oh, there's a sweet scroll here.
Yeah.
So he's going to take the scroll, and then he's also going to take the other 2 books that were on there, Turning of Time and Bones of the Earth.
Nocturne, Flo, I think fletching is your thing.
So, do you want to write down the scroll so I don't have to keep track of slates in inventory as well? So, scroll, and then 2 books, Turning of Time and Bones of the Earth. Nocturne, you're up.
With the rug.
No,
With the rug.
I guess I'm like, this is my like not used to D&D kind of talking.
No worries.
What are you expecting?
Trying to persuade the rug to join us as a friend.
Oh,
So quote unquote flirt with the rug. Flatter it. Tell it it has good threads.
he's like, you know, ear feathers kind of like go back like, and just kind of like put his little claws together and just be like, hello, and try to persuade it, I guess. Do I just make a roll for that, or?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
What do you say to it? What do you say to it? Aside from
like,
hello.
we're just here to collect some things and leave, and you could join us if you'd like.
Okay. Persuasion.
It's 22.
22. All right. Yeah. So you just see it sort of like. And you see the colors on the rug just sort of shift, and it goes and just sticks to the ceiling. So for this point, I'll just say it's no longer combative, but it's not like immediately like following you around. If you'd like to take more time and more rounds to convince it, but we're out of combat initiative at this stage.
Okay.
Did you have something?
Are there any groups still around that can see us?
Yeah, you can actually see that Aurelia, Scovin,
Need to go.
and the rest of the Miss Bloods look to be swimming down and are sort of pointing. They're swimming down, and they look to be pointing at. You took the book, right? Who took the book?
Flo has the book, Slate has the scroll.
Yeah, they're pointing at specifically Flo.
Ah, dang it.
We should leave.
Can I dash over to in front of the bookcase when I feel like I'm out of their view?
You get the sense that they know exactly where the book is.
No, but would they be able to see me?
Okay, but you get the maybe not, maybe no.
Like see my form,
Yeah,
see my
but-
clothes.
Sure, but they can easily just swim into the room.
I know.
Okay,
but for
sure,
the
sure,
split
sure,
second,
sure.
Just real quick, I want to
Okay.
try something.
Okay.
There's nobody else looking in, right?
Oh.
Nope.
I'm gonna put on my mask.
Okay. Yeah, so you put on the mask of the Smiling Gentleman, and you are now in full Smiling Gentleman regalia, kind of looking like an androgynous, thin but live individual, masked, about a couple inches taller than what you were. We'll put your mini there on the table as the Smiling Gentleman mini.
Pop here. I want to talk to the rug.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
I'm gonna go down
with
on
your
one
bonus.
knee and be like, think of all that we could do together.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage, because the Smiling Gentleman mask gives you advantage on such checks.
That's a 24.
Okay, you see the rug. It just sort of like, and drapes its little tassels and fastens them like a cloak on the back of you. You have a... I'll just say.
Make sure you become friends with everybody.
I'll just
take
write
care
this
of
as carpet.
Do you not have
you.
a magic item card prepared, Nicholas?
I did not, because I didn't anticipate the charm the carpet angle. But you know, Tennille, you guys started something. I'll also give all three of you a token who participated in that glorious
I already have 3, so...
charming. You have to give it to someone who doesn't have it.
yeah.
So Ren doesn't have one.
Ren and
Give it
me.
to Ren.
Okay, I'll take one for Ren.
Okay.
Would Megan, can I give it?
Oh,
She doesn't have
Because
one.
I don't have
oh,
one.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Since she's
Yes.
here. I want to give you inspiration too.
No, all good.
Oh, okay. I'll take off my mask real quick.
Okay, so
Wow.
you're no longer in the.
Yeah.
Man, the Miss Bloods just got
While she's
secret passage or stairs.
Tennille, while the wooing of the carpet is happening, I was gonna have Tennille move over, Crab
That's
scuttling along with him, and look down the stairs and kind of see what I can scope out.
Great.
Yeah, stairs lead down to that room. The room below. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That's a 26.
Yeah, okay. Very large chamber, has its walls, particularly on the western side, broken, letting water occupy, cordoned off by more of these translucent fluid barriers. With the exterior visible, you can see a bridge extending from this level with a statue upon it. The room itself only holds a partial section that is dry, the colored tiles, which seem to have held a large conference area. A magnificently carved and inlaid table stands towards the eastern wall, occupies much of the room itself, the lower third or more of which is also drowned. With so much of the space underwater, you can see heavy wear and tear, but also a large swath of new life. Anemones, urchins, sea stars, phosphorescence spreading across the stone. It seems to also that the damage to the room is severe enough, or something's going on, because there's no yeah.
If only we had a shellfish biologist with us.
Yeah.
It's not someone who was just planting clams.
What's going on here?
How many marine biology degrees are in this room right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know.
You also see that
This one's biology.
Yeah, like biology generally have more. If it's marine biology, I think it's S3.
let me just make sure I can read out my own map correctly.
Yeah, the
What's going on
STEM degree.
Yeah, oh, that's my bad. We can remove those stairs at the bottom of that room. That one, yep,
Okay.
correct. I'll take that. Because, what I'm about to read, the damage to the room seems extensive enough that the stairs seem to have broken away, leading further below. But there is a dry landing and beginning of stairs, but they abrupt above another plane of water barrier on that side. So there looks like there's another set of those little barnacle barrier situation going on. The table itself seems like some kind of map of Sanctus.
Okay, so that's my round, I think, turn, so.
Yep.
But
Is that for each of you?
Or are they just going at the corners?
No, they're just going at the corners of this.
Gotcha,
To show
okay.
you that.
Okay. Just yell out. I think, it looks pretty clear, maybe down. Stairs, upstairs lead to portal, so yeah, downstairs.
Okay, let's
So
go.
the upstairs at least leads to a room above this level, but you know that there's this level, which is between the top level, and this level. So if that matters for your decision,
Unless somebody wants to go up the stairs and see what's in the bedroom.
maybe we shouldn't split up at this stage.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go down to the conference room.
Okay, down to the conference room. Here we go, into the conference room. All right, so yeah, now we can put some of those tokens here. So
Now make sure you touch the anemones
Just getting
gently
some of the
with
corners of
one finger.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's never worked a touch tank in his life.
I thought it was teaching.
That's stingrays.
That's stingray.
Oh.
Stingrays is 2 gentle fingers along the side. Sharks is 2 gentle fingers in between the fins
So
pointing
this part
out.
of it is sunken in
Tidal
water.
touch zone and the Marine Discovery Center before it, 1 gentle finger.
Okay.
But the fingers must be gentle. Stingrays
I'm
used to be a whole hand back in
gonna
the day.
leave our minions off the map for the time being, just because that's a lot. I'll
Sure.
put them here with my dice.
That's fair.
Great. Nice.
Okay, and they are okay.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Starting to
Mittens
arrive.
is a horrifying little octopus at this point.
Okay, so what you see in this room, so everyone's now in this chamber. Like I said, I explained what I had written before. There's the big table, which looks like it's masterfully carved and colored as a map of Sanctus. It looks like Shadveer and much of the Shaded Reach sadly is worn away by the flooding of this room. The table shows multiple locations and also looks like it shows little pewter representations of forces, like an army display or a war display, a battle map drawing positions. However, upon entering this room, you hear clashing of blades and the clamor of warfare and shields, the screams of the wounded. You also hear the arguments of 2 like-sounding individuals, no visual, just hearing, and seeing small illusory figurines representing the troop disposition moving along the tables. There is still time, Jace. Let the towers do their work, and we may yet have time to convince them of the real threat. No, brother, the hour is far later than you realize. You can't mean to join this foolishness! And then there's a burst of light and the sound of someone being thrown away. All right, as that sound comes through, you hear like a and each of you needs to make a intelligence saving throw.
Ooh. Be smart. Be smart, friends.
All right.
I'm gonna
Theoretically.
use food spiration. Food spiration.
Fine, bitches.
I'm going to use a token and re-roll that.
Okay.
Much better.
Renostus is not fine.
Aww.
Oh no.
How
He
does,
failed.
well, I kind of know that. Would this work for helpful action when it's a character that you're
Yes.
playing?
Yeah, I'll allow.
Okay, then I will give him my token to.
Okay, so I'll spend it and reroll.
Yeah.
That's still not great. But with Flash of Genius, I think he just makes the DC.
Woo!
So we'll mark a use of that, and he makes the DC. Okay. Flo.
22.
Pass.
Natural fucking 20.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Take your token. Wait, you got a 22 intelligence saving throw?
I used my food spiration.
Dang. Oh, that explains why you got that high. Nocturne.
19.
Pass.
17?
Pass.
Woo!
So everyone passed.
Woo!
Thanks to the quick use of the tokens, courtesy of Anetka, you sort of see Renostus stumbling for a second, and you just sort of like shake him and go,
Oh, I was just nodding off. Terrible sound. Oh.
Do you think it's the krill cap? And that is it?
Nonsense, don't you besmirch my beautiful creation.
So Teal rolled a nat 1 originally and re-rolled it with inspiration, so I imagine that Lori kind of like slapped him.
yeah, you can see Lori is sort of like humming it sadly, like, this was once a wonderful place, it seems.
Are you
But no
doing
longer.
okay, Lori?
Yeah, there's lots of power and crazy lore around here. Pretty sure this is like a ley line or something. Pretty amazing. A lot of energy coming from that over there. She like crooks her tail towards like the bridge.
Do you need to want to touch anything?
Nope, sure don't.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Should we head towards the bridge?
Have we like fully investigated the room?
We have not fully investigated
Yeah.
them.
I mean, if you want me to touch something, I will. I'll do it probably, but you know.
Well, you know, you're lord about, you know, your gathering.
Yeah, yep. I know about the gathering, but you've already got the barnacles and stuff on lock. And the table's pretty interesting, but you know, I'll leave it to your guys' discretion. And I'm gonna kind of like, you know, then I'll give you what I feel about it in my deep inside heart.
How do you feel about touching the table? In your deep inside heart?
There's certainly a lot of well, there's an interesting like book holder situation going on over there. And I think there's a book on it, but there's also, you know, there's a lot of there's like a psychic stain here, I think. Pretty sad. I don't know about touching it.
Would explain why eating the fish gives you depression.
There's a book holder in the table. That's what this is.
Built into the table, there's a book holder, yep.
Can I,
And there's a book on it. It's like open.
can I reach it?
You can move over to it and grab it if you want.
Yeah, Teal will reach over and grab the book, whatever it is.
Okay, yeah, it's Codex Venatari.
Yes.
Okay,
Awesome.
you also notice, so you're taking you're not just moving straight through this room, so that's around to take time to do stuff.
Yeah.
You also notice that there's several towns and even an old Shaded Reach city that you don't recognize within modern Sanctus that's like described here on the map as you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But one stands out as memorable, Amberkey. This is the town that once stood where you guys know the location. You visited the ruins and remnants of it, the workings that made the Frostspine Garden.
Oh, what was it called? Amber
Oh.
key?
Amberkey.
Amber key.
Ah, yes, where Tennille saw dead people.
So you at least recognize it like in the map location. It wasn't called that on your guys' map, but it is marked where you guys visited there and is noted as Amberkey. And obviously not a ruined, destroyed, you know, hovel.
I don't feel like maybe Nocturne already knows this, but do we know like the age of these towers or anything like that?
Roughly? We were told.
Make a history check.
Well, I was asking because I wasn't sure if like Nocturne already knew. And
Yep, go ahead and roll. I'll characterize with the information.
four.
Okay, so information you already knew was that this happened during the Second Sancturian War, which was, I believe, something like 60 to 70 years ago, somewhere in that region. I believe it's like 68, 60, somewhere in that region. I'd have to look it up specifically. I should have it if I prepared properly, but you know, it's me. But anyway, it's about that. You get the sense that the towers have existed for much longer than that, though. Just that that's when they were occupied by these two individuals. Okay. Anything else the rest of the team wants to do, since we're doing a little bit of an investigation round?
Can I kind of eat towards the bridge where Lori was saying she felt powerful and kind of...
Okay, so let's move your character there. So first thing...
Stay on this side of the bubble?
Yeah, I'll...
How close are you getting? On the other side of the bubble or in that side?
That side, just because I can't breathe underwater.
Okay, so then it's a perception check.
Receive it. And... Sorry, remind me what type of dice inspiration is?
D12.
D12.
And you have a
Yeah.
D4 to it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get past the -5.
Inspiration adds to the roll now.
20
Yeah, it's a
plus
D12.
3, 18.
18, very nice.
Which one?
Yeah, so first of all, it seems that the current flow seems to be coming from the space between the two
Oh,
towers.
I'm sorry, that's not 18, that's 21.
Okay, still, same thing though, but good to know. But yeah, you can definitely see you can see the current and swirling motion of the water. You also see, well, we'll get to that in a second actually. So strangely, the bridge does not connect the two towers, but rather extends for some 15 feet before dropping in a sheer ceasing of architecture. Not damage, just it stopped being built. The bridge itself and the statue upon it both seem to be made of some kind of pale gray or white stone, almost a marble, but entirely unmarred by time or submerging. Just before the abrupt end of the bridge is a statue facing a twin to its own, so one on either side. For the bridge that extends from the other tower, which you can see more easily before making the sudden stop, with each statue sort of facing one another over the gap. Noticeably, the statue is drawn up from the stonework of the bridge, all one piece, rather than set on a plinth or altar. With a 21, I'll at least give you the description of the. I'll at least give you the description of the eastern tower. So the eastern, because you're seeing your figures from the back, but you're seeing the other figure from the front. The eastern pale tower statue depicts a rather plain-robed man, perhaps a shade more young or boyish in his bearing than the individual you saw in the vision in the library. His statue is carved to look like he's adorned with numerous reliquaries, censers of silver fire that still burn underwater, texts, amulets, and emblems displaying numerous religious iconography, most of which are wrapped around a rather plain but oddly wizardly-looking staff in his right hand. His left is outstretched and cupped like this, which the other one is as well. That's what you're seeing.
I'll relay information to the rest of the party. I think it's the brothers that were...
Oh, one last thing. With the 21, you said? Yeah. You see some like squirming, squiggling, kind of. Imagine like a roly-poly meets a leech underwater. They have like segmented bodies and they're squirming around like leeches in the water, and they seem to be almost latching onto some invisible but physical seeming stuff of the current, and you see the little backs of the bodies like in the current, but you see their bodies sort of, and you actually see little glowing motes of energy that they are pulling into their body, and they're like crackling. There's like spines along the back of their body, and you see like little tines. They almost look a little bit like barbed sea cucumbers, and you see little tines of like different colored lightning zap between their different barbs. There's a whole bunch of them swarming around this, and just like.
Huh, they're bioluminescent. Or magiluminescent?
So, anyway, that's what you're seeing. With that, at this stage, you're also seeing that it looks like the Mistbloods have continued.
Miss Blood's coming this way, Miss Blood's coming this way. Okay.
At this stage, Flo, you hear in a voice in your head that says, "I know we're allies and everything, dear." This is a Aurelia's voice. "I know we're allies and everything, dear, but I'd really prefer if you drop what we came for. We won't harass you any further, and we'll actually assist you on your exit, but we'd really prefer that particular book."
This is pretty low stakes for this book. Maybe you should go for the bowl.
If it's so low stakes, just drop it.
I'm just saying your efforts are best spent elsewhere.
Oh, I'm perfectly capable of understanding where best my efforts are spent.
We like to be friends.
As I would hate for our relationship to terminate so quickly.
You know, we haven't even seen the other tower, so
This is the one she knows.
you got all 3 grabs.
You can decide. She's stopped communicating, but she's
I
said,
wonder.
"Drop it, or we'll have to attack."
Guys
Unfortunately.
are after the book and they're gonna attack us.
I wonder why they're interested in this book.
They all have
specifically.
Sapio steel piercings.
They do.
We have the other codex though.
We could just to keep the allyship up, honestly. I'd be fine with just
Do it.
Help
Yeah.
us defeat what's ever in the next room.
yeah.
Bargaining chip.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you need me
Aurelia?
to, do you need me to message her?
Tell her we're giving the book if they help us fight the next thing we encounter.
Yes. Aurelia, darling, well, we'll give you the book, but please help us fight the next thing we encounter.
I can't promise that we'll be with you for the next thing you encounter, but if we are within visual distance, we'll
fair.
certainly assist. But otherwise, you're welcome to stay out of our way. We'll be heading to the bottom of the tower next.
You're welcome to follow
Well,
us.
But
it's
if
in
you'd
my
like
head.
to, but we will certainly ensure that your path to the finish line, even if you are in first place, will be unmolested. If we are around.
She'll relay it to the rest of the party. They are really interested in that book. I mean, there seems like more.
Hey Slate, does your head friend have any opinions on this book?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're all valuable, and what's in them has not for nothing been taken. You know, he's pretty sassy about that one and says it's not really it says it's a bunch of kids playing with sticks and pretending to be knights compared to the original. He said Codex Originalium or something, but he says it's a place to start. He says you and I might be able to gain some information from the one about Memorius and Phidemoris.
Good to know. Yeah.
But this one, he points to the one that whoever has the
Flo has the other
Flo
one.
has it. This one, well, is valuable. Sapio feels like super dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
It's worth it. Leave it.
leave it. They help us. We keep a friendship.
Let her know it's on the table.
Yeah.
Aurelia, it'll be on the table.
Very well, dear friend. Okay, where to next, team? Onto the bridge or down? Remember, there's no stairs leading down. It's just a
A hole or crumbled as a wall.
there looks like there should be some kind of passage there, and it's a landing with a barrier barnacle between, but there's no stairs actually between, from what you can see up top.
Maybe we could swim it.
It's a secret tunnel.
Thank you, guys.
Through the tower.
Flo will dive into it.
Just okay.
I guess we're going that way.
I guess we're going down, and we'll see.
What do you guys
what-
want to do? Chill out.
No, Flo already dove in. You can't take
Yeah,
take backsies.
Alright.
You
That's why I keep
jumped
moving.
in. Oh, I like it. I
guess-
like keep moving.
Let's
Okay,
follow
we'll go ahead and
that.
take a break though, as we find what Flo just jumped into.
Okay. That doesn't sound great.
Resuming, Flo dove in and went into the next area, which in this particular case happened to be an area as such, which part of this tower, as with a lot of the rest of this lower eastern section, is exposed to the last chill lake on the eastern side. Directly, with significant portions of this floor, including the stairs leading downward, flooded. The waters grow colder as you examine this region in the ruin, and the faint phosphorescence you've seen here and there is supplanted by minuscule motes of dancing colors of every hue and combination, giving shadows a strange boiling look on the walls. This is perhaps the least unusual sights of the floor, however, for the very stairs that were supposed to lead up to the next floor seem to have become detached and simply float as separate ledges, all the different stairs separate and floating in the dry space near the center of the room, floating as if some kind of thing has detached them. Amongst them, up in the air, appears to be a pair of potion bottles of unusual color, one with an almost bluish quicksilver floating, and another in a green-gray fluid. One is a bluish quicksilver floating in green-gray fluid, and another is a glowing purple color. So, 2 potions. Green-gray fluid with quicksilver and glowing purple. Perhaps as a result, several of the usual contiguous barriers of liquid impermeable membrane are hang in shimmery mirror analogs. One somehow oiled with a gray and blotchy darkness, and the other glowing with motes of colorful energy. So these are like standing. I'm going to set them like this. They are like standing situations here, and actually they should be between the various. Sorry for my reach, Felina. Anyway, they're in these spaces basically, not quite in the. This one's over here. This one's over here. And they seem to be shimmery in different ways, but detached. They're standing straight and sort of boiling a little bit or thrashing a little bit. And the one is black and gray, splotchy, and the other one is multicolored. Opposite these is a shell of what appeared to be a room. So there's ruins of a room in the pink, like it should have been an interior room, but has been just basically demolished now. And they are full of various half discs set up in apparatus made of gems. They're almost like thin sheets or half discs made of gemstone and other precious metals and materials, alongside gilded mirrors and prisms. They appear to be refracting and refocusing various colors of light, creating strange hues and overlapping mixtures of light that seem to somehow bend and shiver. There are also tuning forks made of various gems and precious metals that hum of their own accord in a sort of tangible discord throughout the local waters. You can almost see where different colors of sound wave connect and bounce off of each other and create little sparks and stuff as they connect. So what that big apparatus and the neighboring little paraphernalia represent is all of that together. This various lenses, the tuning forks, all that kind of stuff exposed and shooting sort of colors in mismatched beams and areas, like a crisscrossed ray. Not quite like a laser thing, but kind of close to that. Like there's a lot of different beams of colored light that are now crisscrossing in that area around the pink that opens up. One submerged room is completely sealed off on three sides in stone walls, but has one opening near the stairs available so you can peer into it. Here, the water grows coldest, and you can see that around the corner, which is easy to see because of the mirrors and stuff of that apparatus. The water has frozen and congealed into 4 spires of thick black ice jutting from the floor, each darker than the last at the core, with runnels of frozen, almost dark purple vein lightning and blackish blobs of shadow blooming and flowering within.
Oh.
Did the Frostspire icicles look like that?
Very similarly.
Oh. I think we figured out how that town got like that.
Yeah.
Make a history check.
Ooh. I will check this.
Neil didn't prep to detect magic today, and I know Renastus can do his once a day earhold thing, but might be a good time. It does last for 10 minutes.
27.
27, okay. So you haven't noticed any like Solnian or Shadviran. Oh, actually, you've noticed more Solnian coloration and styles here lately in this area so far, rather than Shadviran. But according to the history books that you've read and the stuff you studied at Wizard College, it was a Shadviran mage who destroyed the town of Amberkey and unleashed the Frostbine Gardens.
So according to Wizard College, it was a Shadviran mage who did this. But everything we've seen looks Solnian.
I mean, it's not like Solny would ever lie about doing something that horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Especially to another reach.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want me to detect magic?
Yeah, Renas, that might be a good idea if you're able to. I didn't prepare that today. I felt like
He gets that little
crabs
eye drops.
the crabs might be
And now
more
he can see
helpful.
magic.
Yeah. Mine will take 11 minutes, which I don't think we have.
My! Wow! This is fantabulous!
All right, so I'm gonna.
His eyes are bloodshot.
His eyes are like shimmering like chrome, and yeah. So
Well, there's so much to start with. So much I don't recognize. The stairs are obviously got some magic going on, and this area beneath them as well. It seems to be something I don't recognize. But in the same flavor of like an earth-like magic, but something beyond. I'm not really sure. Those potions look pretty impressive. One of them, I don't know what they do, but they both look powerful, and I think we should grab them if we can do so safely. Wow, I really wish that you could see what I can see. It's difficult to describe. Well, let me start over here, and he kind of looks over to the numerous different areas of overlapping plates and lenses and stuff there. This is some new form of magic I've never seen before, but it seems to be hitting numerous schools of magic at once, combining them, and it seems to almost be... I'm gonna make a check. See what do you
Nate
know?
says, well done, Pierce.
Natural one.
Oh no!
Floating.
I'm just really having a hard time. Maybe if someone else was to take a look, or if you want to study it, but it's hard to look at. Certainly, it seems like they seem obviated from the ideal angles and intent, which is, I think, why we're seeing the discordant ringing, and it's really a lot to take in. But maybe we might be able to set it right, but it looks beyond something I've worked with. It seems that this is going to take a lot more study if we want to take the time to understand what's going on here, but it's really advanced stuff, and different levels of magic and different schools overlapping and new combinations. It's like someone's opened up a whole new world of flavor and a whole new sense of cooking to do. It's like I've had a whole new series of senses I didn't even know existed. It's,
So it's
truly
shining,
amazing.
shimmering, splendid.
Oh my gosh. That's what he's seeing with that.
Well, Renastus is...
So should we grab the potions and she'll take a mage hand out?
Go for it.
So she'll go for whatever the closest one is and attempt to bring it down.
They're both about equal, so you can tell me which one you're going for. The Quicksilver blue in grayish fluid, or the glowing purple.
Go for the glowing purple.
Okay, Mage Hand reaches up, and as it sort of gets into the space towards that, you see it sort of, and it flies upward towards the potion, and then you actually see, as the tuning forks ring out, you see one of the wavelengths touch that, and then you see the energy that captured the Mage Hand immediately get sourced back to you, and you get whoosh, yanked up off your feet, and gravity just detaches you and pulls you toward that space where your Mage Hand is, and towards the top of that space. So, what that means is that you need to make a Constitution saving throw, as gravity is being intensely pulled and focused towards that space, and you see all of the floating stairs start to crack and crumble under the pressure, and they look very worn as they are now. Go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna spend... Oh, why am I putting it towards you? Oh, that's much better. That's a 21.
Okay, that's good. Because you're only going to take half this.
Okay, so it'll only be all of my hit points I have left.
So 24 force damage half would be 12.
Okay.
But you are still pulled into this space. You just avoid some of the worst of the space. Happily, the two potions are now within arm's reach, so you can at least grab them. But you are floating, and you don't know how to move or get... You feel like the gravity is pulling you such that you don't know how to get down. You can reach the potions. That's where
she'll
you're at.
put them in her bag as
Okay.
long as she's
Can
up
I
there.
shoot my grappling hook to try and get it around her foot?
Sure, go ahead and make an attack roll against her armor class. I'll give you advantage.
I don't want to.
I know. But like that's to see if you make this will govern how well you do this.
Okay. Inspiration.
Sure, go ahead.
Can I reroll just one?
Well, you can't inspiration on advantage when you already have advantage.
Okay.
I mean, her
Attack
AC
roll.
isn't that high.
Yeah.
What is the total?
11.
It's higher than that with mage armor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you fire it, and you're like, and you see the grappling hook go, and just gets pulled into whatever this gravity well is
Can
as
I
well.
pull it out?
It's floating there, and
Would I
you're pulling. You can
be
go ahead
able
and try
to,
and pull
like,
back.
Try to reach for the grappling hook and try to climb down it.
Sure. Each of you can go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I'm glad we're the most athletic in the party.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Okay. You're burning through those.
Dang it! Does the one I reroll count?
Better of the
it's the
two.
higher one.
Better of the two.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Anetka?
Look, they didn't have mandatory PE in Wizard College. That's a 6.
Okay.
8.
Yeah. Funnily enough, a 6 and an 8 is not strong enough to pull out of this newly found gravity well.
Hey, Renastus,
Yes.
is there like a magic source that you can see that's happening right now to days 2?
They're right in it, a column of this different blend of magic, sort of earthy, but I don't know much about it.
If I were to try to dispel it, where do I need to aim?
Around them would be fine, but I'm not sure you can. No
Oh.
offense to your skill.
No, that's
it's just
fine.
very powerful, so you'd have to do a really A+ bang up job. I could make you smarter.
No, that's not how my magic works.
No, but I
Is
can
it-
help you.
wait, is it-
He can flash of genius.
Right. Well, it's more of like, is it worth spending my last 3rd level spell slot to do this?
How tall is the ceiling in here?
15 feet.
15 feet. And
So, guys, I could get
yeah,
like-
that's what I was
like
thinking.
big boy and just reach, but I don't know if it's gonna pull me if I reach into it. I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
it took my grappling hook and it took a Nitka.
Maybe we need to throw something bigger than a Nifka up there.
As long as it doesn't hit her. Are there like any levers anywhere, or where
I
does
don't
this
know.
magic coming from?
Neil isn't into planetary physics, so somebody else
It's,
got to figure this out.
it seems to exist on its own, according to Renastus, it's existing on its own accord.
It's not
Just
coming
there.
from like the machine or anything.
Nope, that's not a machine. It's a set of
I mean the
apparatus.
apparatus.
But no, it's not. It's not coming from that either.
Oh,
Does it look
It's
similar
just-
to what? Anika, did you look at those statues
which statues?
in the previous room?
The one of the brothers? Yeah.
Did
Don't-
they have the shiny stuff like, or I don't know? What did they look like? Did they look like anything like this?
Did they look anything like this?
I mean, you saw the statues from outside the barrier and from far away. You rolled well, but it didn't give you much insight into the magic that was going on in that state.
So while I'm gonna use this time to do something, and while they're figuring this out, can I go over and swim around and investigate whatever that is?
Sure, the overlapping plates and stuff.
Oh, that's the overlapping plates.
Yep, that's what that is.
Okay, never mind then. Can I kind of go this way?
Okay, to do that, you'd have to pass through the barrier of like purplish, splotchy black.
Oh, can I poke at the purple square
Sure.
and see what happens?
You poke at it, and you feel all of a sudden like, there's sort of a. So you poke at it, and your spirit crabs go away,
Oh
and then
Not
you
the
see
spirit crab!
it's a swarm of tiny oozes suspended in air, and it is just
Oh my
attacking you
gosh.
guys.
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of
are
course
we
it's
gonna trigger every trap?
Oh my god.
We're going in it. We're going in it, team. You guys are already in initiative, but start of combat. Flo, you decide think about what you'd like to do while I get this ready.
Okay.
Alrighty. So it
Do you
reshapes.
think we can convince these ones to be our friends?
It
So the
reshapes,
wall just turns into oozes.
turns into ooze, and it's colorless and black, and this one turns into rainbow ooze.
Ah.
Aw.
Okay. Let's get initiative for the Nulliferous ooze and the Arcane Amalgam. Nulliferous. Ooh.
Ooh.
You go, Nulliferous. Nulliferous. Nulliferous, you go.
As they say.
As they say.
Yeah, hun.
Alright, News. You get 3. And the other one. These are pretty fast oozes. Okay. When we get combat music going, this is second combat. We'll see what happens. Okay. Flo, did you make the decision? Token or attack?
Attack.
Okay, what are you attacking?
I'm gonna attack the ooze that I saw pop up right in front of Tennille and cast Ray of Frost using my gloves.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's an attack roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, not advantage, right? I
Just straight roll.
I'm gonna just ignore that happened. Okay. Plus 6? 18.
18 to hit?
Yeah.
That does hit. Go and roll damage.
Yeah.
2d8 cold.
Um, 11.
Okay, so it's like a solid, fist-sized beam shooting out, and as it hits, it just sort of... It's like weakening.
Woo! Okay.
All right, but it did. You did 11.
Roll damage. 11.
All right, takes half.
Okay.
Okay.
But its speed is at least decreased by 10 feet.
Okay. Speed is decreased by 10 feet. So you see
Until the
sort
start of its next turn.
frost.
Or until the start of
Your next
Your
turn.
next
my next turn, yeah.
Okay. Top of the round. It's its turn. It got a 23 on the initiative.
Jesus.
I rolled a natural 20. So it is going to go ahead and give a attack on Tennille there. It is going to do...
Tennille and an ooze.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. It's going to make... it's a swarm of tiny oozes, basically. So it's going to onto your spot, all the oozes. So it's sharing a space with you.
Okay.
And then it is going to make 2 bite attacks. 10 to hit,
Nope.
Nice.
22 to hit.
That one does hit.
Okay. Okay. 15 points of acid damage.
Woo! And am I just dripping in acid now?
So these things, as you... yeah, obviously they dispelled your magic thing that you had going on, but they also seem to be just biting into you all over the place, and you can feel they are glowing with like a heavy. It almost feels like heavy, like they're somehow made of like liquid plutonium, just like super weighing you down in a magical, spiritual sense. Okay, that's it for their turn. So Slate is up next with Nocturne to follow. Slate's in the following room, and he's like, guys, pretty sure that Evan's coming down this way
Fucking
sometime
hell!
nearby.
Aurelia!
He's gonna jump through, and he is going to swap to... so you guys are all underwater, by the way. All of this is underwater.
Am
You
I
guys are in.
underwater?
You are not. You are not. You're floating up here. Well, that went really well, didn't it? Okay. Yeah, you're floating up here. So Slate's going to dive in. He's going to use... He's got a super long reach, which he will use to attempt to attack this thing. What is his plan here for this thing?
On the bus side, I can breathe air.
Yeah, I think he's just going to go and attack. So he's just going to go and attack. Attack roll! Amazingly, no, that does not hit with an 11. Boo. Next attack, though. That's cockeyed. Roll it. That does hit. 15. And he's going to go ahead and do 2d6.
Oh, wait.
9.
I know what I'd do.
Plus 3.
I don't know if that would help with the gravity well effect. Should probably mess with the gravity.
Yeah, so he strikes through, and because it's a swarm of tiny oozes, his slashing attack does not really find as much purchase, but you can see the bigger effect that takes is that his weapons are now humming with their own like psychic frequency, and he did have a success there, so that's another token for him. He did that and made the strike. Now he's going to push off the floor and do a jump, a leaping jump. His jump distance is now increased by a ton. So he basically jumps, arcs over the ceiling, over to Neil, over the ooze, lands on the other side, and when he lands, he casts Sword Burst as a bonus action, because that's what he can do when his tattoo's in its ascendant state. He's like gleaming with blue light. His tattoos are super complex. They run down all through his face, and his eyes are completely like white blue. All right, so Sword Burst. First time we've used this. Tell me what you do. Dex saving throw for all creatures within 5 feet of him. That ooze is surprisingly dexy and got a 17.
Oh man.
So it dodges. You just see him sort of like this. It's like psychic blades, spectral blades shoot out around him, and you just see the oozes go and dodge the blades. Okay, that's it for their turn. That's it for Slate's turn. Nocturne, you're up with the other ooze to follow, then Flo.
This pink is underwater, or
It's underwater and out of, like, into open water, if that makes sense. Like, that's where it's open to the exterior.
Gotcha. Okay. Can then I have what 40 feet of flying speed?
Or you can swim.
Or I'm worried about like going out for some reason. Would I be able to like kind of like go over and kind of join behind Slate?
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's the sound his wings make.
Are you doing a fireball as you fly over?
Uh,
A firebolt?
Please don't do a fireball
so-
right at this instant.
I've kind of interpreted that his greatsword is actually his magic focus.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because
So-
he's got Pact of the Blade.
So as he's doing that, I'm gonna say his greatsword kind of like catches on fire a bit, and then as he's like going over, just like shoots down.
He just like shoots the Oh my gosh, he just did a bird poop on it. He just pooped fire on it.
Owl pellets. So he's gonna cast where is it? Scorching Ray.
Oh, okay, very nice. Okay, so make your endeavor check, DC 12.
Oh yes.
So D20 plus 3.
If I use one of these, I get advantage on the roll.
You can do it after, so if you
Oh.
Yeah.
If you-
Okay.
And also, you have the ability, once per long rest, after
use it.
you've failed, to turn it into a success automatically by using one of the
Oh,
tokens.
okay.
But that's once per long rest, so basically
Yeah.
this whole event.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, roll first and then see how you do. So
Okay.
you add your charisma, so plus 3. You're seeking a 12.
That's an 8.
So you would know that you need to do something or you're going to fail.
Right. So I can use this for
Either advantage or for instant pass, but the instant pass is once per long rest.
Gotcha.
So you can reroll basically.
So
just
reroll or instant pass, but the other one is rarer.
Let's reroll.
Okay, go for it. Good luck. You can do it.
You're dead to me.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's a 7.
7 total.
Yeah. So he failed that.
Okay, so he takes 2 points of exhaustion and does not cast the spell, I'm afraid. So you see, as he's putting the magic together, you can see it just sort of like the flames ripple and then he sort of sags down. All his feathers kind of turn a dark color for a second, and then he sort of regathers himself.
Brutal.
The flip side of that is he gets infinite free spell slots, so it is tough. All right, anything else you'd like to do for a bonus action?
You do have your toad. He's just not on the map.
Oh right. The pact offering. What level or what kind of move is that? Is that
It's a bonus action. It should say bonus action, but maybe it doesn't. It's a bonus action. You're talking about spend a hit dice and remove some exhaustion?
Right.
Yeah, you can do that. Again, it's once per long rest, but you can absolutely do that right now if you want.
Okay.
So you could do bonus action and remove. Remember that the Cure Ailment spell, which he also has access to, can remove exhaustion points. I should actually. That's maybe new information. I didn't write that down. It should. It also.
How much exhaustion?
So the way Cure Ailments works is it's 1d8 per spell level, right? You can replace each of those d8s with curing one level of exhaustion or other condition listed there.
But he could potentially. He has to do an endeavor check for cure elements too.
That's correct.
Holy crap.
But that's how Nate took care of it the last time, just so you're aware. But if you'd like to use your hit dice to just take care of it right now, you absolutely can as a bonus action.
Is cure elements action?
It's an action.
Okay, so I can't do that. Now.
Not this turn.
Okay.
Right. And you can't cast 2 full spells in a turn anyway.
Right. No, I was making sure it wasn't a bonus action. Okay, so he is going to then we'll say that the frog
The frog right there.
Totem.
yeah.
get toted, motherfucker. Motherfuckers. Well,
Actually, he's gonna actually cast with his bonus action healing light on Sneal.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And
How many
he's-
d6s are we using?
He's gonna use 2.
Okay, so we've used 5 that I've counted.
Uh,
3 on you
Yeah,
and 2
5.
on yourself now? And 2 on Julian.
7 points,
Thank you.
Nice.
and that'll be his turn.
Okay. Next up is the other ooze, which is going to move. Felina, if you want to move the other ooze around and attack, it'll attack the toad, I guess. It's going
Aw.
to
Is it
share the
coming
space with
in
the toad.
water?
Yep, comes in the water.
It's not affected by the water.
How's the swim speed?
So sit on top too.
Nice. Right, it's going to attack the toad with 2 bites. Arcane Amalgam, get him. That's going to be a 21 to hit the toad.
Does 21 hit the toad?
Assume it has
hits the toad.
Okay, toad takes. You can use your reaction to give it resistance to this damage as an ability you have. It's in your sheet on the bottom. Flip the thing around. It'll be under the investment of the Chainmaster. You can use your reaction to give it your toad resistance against 1 attack.
Oh, gotcha.
Would you like to do it?
Sure.
Okay, so 14 acid damage, and then it now has resistance to acid, so that becomes 7 acid damage.
Okay.
Okay, its second attack. 22 to hit the toad.
That hits.
So this does not have the resistance benefit. 12. Ooh, extra points. So toad's looking really rough as this thing kind of drowning in the amalgam.
It looks like Tennille that one
Indeed.
time in the alley.
Pretty much. Nah, not enough donkey ears. All right, Flo. Flo is up next.
Is it mixing with the water at all?
Nope, it's got enough congealed nature. These ones are like rainbow colors, by the way. They all form like a rainbow together. All right, Flo, you're up. Tennille on deck.
Should I use the dust? I'll yell out.
They're not water!
They're not
I
water.
know.
They're jello.
Dang it. Okay. Can't really get away and my grappling hook. Can I climb up my grappling hook that's being hung with gravity?
It'll suck you into the gravity vortex.
Oh, dang it.
Yes, your grappling hook is clearly being sucked into the gravity vortex.
Tennille is in front of you being covered in ooze right now too.
Yeah. And Slate's weapon didn't look like it got destroyed by attacking it?
Destroyed? No.
Like,
It just didn't seem to do that much effect when he was slashing into it because it's a whole bunch of,
Yeah.
like... But it still did some damage.
Okay. Okay,
So first of all, where are you?
I'm right behind Tennille. What I'm gonna do is
Okay, so there's an ooze within your reach that's all over the frogs, all of the toad. Or you can move forward. You're not within its reach, though. Its reach is what's in its space.
Okay.
That's how
I'm
swarms
going
work.
to move over here then.
Okay, so you're in the water, and you already were, but you're in the water and they're attacking. Got it.
Yeah. And I'm going to attack it while I'm in the water with my short sword.
Okay, go ahead. Attack roll.
You're in salt water.
Yeah.
So you attack this thing, and your sword is no longer magical. It dims, it like glows as it goes into the salt water, and then it goes towards, and then it...
That really sucks.
It's okay. You can do it.
That really sucks.
You can just
I
go.
didn't even get to use it with the
You can do
salt
it.
water.
You can do it.
So don't get bonus anymore.
Just normal attack roll. You got this.
Okay, 21.
21 definitely hits, and it does get sneak attacks. You got it, buddies all over this thing.
Should have known that.
It's all good.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
I
I'm
wouldn't have
14.
expected that.
It'll work out. It'll work out.
Okay.
Just
14.
14 points of damage. And that's piercing damage, yes?
Slashing.
Slashing. Okay. Are you sure it's slashing? Okay. Either way,
Think so.
it's reduced again because it's an ooze you're striking. It's like you're kidding. You're getting a bunch of little ones and cutting them away, but you're starting to wear away at it.
Can I make another attack with this?
Absolutely, go for it. You got this.
24.
Definitely hits. Go and roll damage. And no sneak attack this time, just normal.
10.
10 half, so that's gonna be 5.
No. 13. Wait, 6. So 9. I can't math. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so 9 half would be 4.
4.
Okay, anything else? Bonus action?
Yeah, I'll do an offhand attack.
Go for it.
And with my scimitar.
Yep.
That one. I get inspiration.
You get inspiration token because you got the lucky feat, so there you go. That's something. Okay. Very nice.
Cool.
That's it for Flo's turn. Who do we have next after Flo? Tennille, with Henosis on deck.
So I'm covered in ooze bits, right?
That's correct.
And there's an ooze right behind me too.
That's correct.
So Tennille kind of...
Although you're not in reach of any ooze that you aren't in the space of. So that ooze that's all colorless should be in your space, and your circle of magical effect can be taken away because you don't have the... That was your...
Right, I don't have the Spirit Guardians. It's more range of what I'm about to do.
Okay, yep.
So any enemy within 5 feet of me
That'd be both, yeah.
needs to make a con save as Tennille just kind of like explodes with spirit scallops.
Okay, you're really going all in on the water stuff. I
We're
love it.
underwater, yeah, why not?
Okay. Just making sure I got all this stuff. Okay.
So what am I doing here?
Con save.
On both of them?
Yes.
Okay, the rainbow amalgam, 20.
Passes.
The other one, 22.
Both pass. The scallops just float away, and Tennille quietly curses, and
It's actually higher than that there. So.
healing words on himself at the first level.
Healing word?
Healing word, yeah.
Okay.
Sad face.
Okay, that's it for Tennille.
That's it for Tennille.
All right, Renostis with Anetka on deck.
Oh, this is going krill legs up.
What is Renostis gonna do? We got Toad getting menaced by the rainbow amalgam. We got Tennille getting menaced by the anti-magic amalgam, the nulliferous ooze. What can he do? What can he do? Alright, so then what he will do...
I think there's a ritual involved in it.
It's it's a 1 minute cast time is the trick here, so it would be 10 rounds to do. But yeah, he can. It's a fine familiar spell.
I'm just making sure I don't
Yep,
make him lose something.
Totally appreciate it. Thank you for...
It's okay.
Right, what do we got?
It'll be fine.
Okay, so acid probably isn't going to work so well. That's what Renostis is deducing. So he's going to go with fire.
Good old trusty fire. He's going to blast the ooze that he's seen hasn't been as resistant to magic, which is the rainbow-covered one. He's going to step slightly away, toward Flo a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, Flo. I'll say because of your finite dexterity and ability, you're
between two beams of multicolored light.
Cool.
But that's only because I forgot. There's a crisscrossing series of network.
I wouldn't have gone that close.
So
if I
I'll just
had
say you're okay because we'll say you passed a roll to be able to
okay.
your way through it.
Pretzel your way
Renostis is standing at the edges of that, and he's going to blast the other one with fire.
coolest person in a heist movie.
So there's going to be a hit from Renostis, 2d10 fire damage on the rainbow ooze, plus 5. Woohoo! 2 8, so that's 21 points of damage on the arcane amalgam, and that seems to do full damage on that one. So bonus action, he is going to do a healing word, and he's going to do it at 2nd level. Who's looking the most hurt here? Actually, he'll do it at 2nd level.
Probably the Toad. But
Toad I'm
probably at half.
Okay. Yeah. Toad's looking hurt. Slate's looking hurt. Toad can be resummoned, so we'll go with Anetka.
That is going to be
10 points
Woo!
for Gryffindor. Okay.
Thank you, Ren. She's full Muppet flailing.
All right. Then Anetka, it's you. So
Okay.
your movement's reduced to 0. You can sort of move your arms.
Well, I'm gonna try this, and I hope this works. She's going to attempt to Misty Step from the gravity well over to here.
Okay. Very good. Yep, that is successful. So you
Nice.
teleport away. So we can go ahead and move you to the appropriate
Very
space.
nice.
Question for Cantrip Adept. I know I can cast combat cantrips as a bonus action. Do I have to?
You mean, can you still cast them as an action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a gamble, and I will try to reach out to Aurelia Scovin, see if she's still within 120 feet, and be like, "We could use your help in here."
Oh, calling in the trip already, dear. Well, that's unfortunate for you. We're just wrapping up on the floor below you. I'm pretty sure we can only hear you because these walls are quite fascinating stuff, really. But we'll be up in a minute.
Okay. Because with Evan's party coming in, not gonna. Yes, and yeah, that'll be my
Okay.
turn.
Sounds good. Well, I'll count for them. Let me start pulling up there. Look at this.
You wanted
Party stats.
you wanted to add more people to this fight, right?
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
And I summoned 4 bears. Did I forget to mention that?
Okay. All right. So that's Anetka's turn. Top of the round. So that's 1 round next. All right. At this stage. Yep. Okay. Got it. Oh. There. Got it. Okay. Top of the round is the Nulliferous Ooze on Tennille.
That's why I'm called them the big guys.
10 to hit.
No, that does not hit.
Okay. And the second one, 14 to hit.
That one does not hit either.
Okay. So now you're seeing it move and you're in it. So you're like, saying,
Been there, done that. Stop it.
yeah, you're actually quite familiar with being on the inside of an ooze. So you maybe are able to more effectively counter its attacks.
Oozes. Why is it always oozes?
Right, Slate's the mate, and he's great. So he's gonna go ahead and make some. What's he gonna do here with this? Does he want to do that? That might do more damage at this stage if he does that.
Have anything that can pull anyone anywhere, or else could pull people into the gravity well?
Push him into the well.
Just looking at
Yeah.
different options that he's got here.
Look, I'm a wizard. My athletics is not that good, but if we're gonna be fighting Evan, and that's just wizard on wizard violence, then that's a dice roll.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just having a look at my options here for Slate. He's kind of complicated. Okay, yep, he's gonna go for yeah, he's on the Thieves' Tools front still, and he's attacking the one that's all over Tennille. I think his best bet is this. So that's what we'll do. Yep, that's gonna be a hit. 22. He's gonna spend his token to do a deep wound and attempt to cause a bleeding effect on this thing.
It's just filled
That
with
thing failed to
strawberry
save.
jello.
It failed to save, so it has bleeding 1. So it's going to start taking resistance to exhaustion. Where are my red tokens? Here. It's not unconscious. Does someone want to put that on the gray ooze?
Yeah.
It's just a remark of the bleeding condition that he put on it. So he used his and cut into it deeply. Actually, that wasn't with these tools. It's with the glaives. That would be 10. Oh, and he succeeded, so he got a token. 8, 11. Halved is 5, plus 3 psychics, so 8 points of damage total for Slate on Nulliferous Ooze with his first attack. Second attack, he is going to go ahead and attack. That is also going to be a hit with a 16, which does hit. And he is going to spend 2 tokens to do amnesic attack. So it does its damage, plus 2d6 psychic. It's like an int saving throw. I'll have to do a second. Saving throw. Okay, so that's going to be 7. Half would be 3, plus 3 is 6, plus another 7 psychic damage, so 13 points of damage total. 2, 7. So it's starting to definitely, it's bloodied, it's showing signs of wear. In addition, it failed its saving throw, and he has edited out its memory temporarily from making the bite attack. So it has to do something different other than bite attack next turn.
Cool. Neat.
Okay, so that's what he's got going on for him. So that was Slate's turn. Next up is Nocturne. Then the Rainbow Ooze, and then Flo.
Okay, Cure Ailments does how many points of exhaustion per level cast?
1. And that's instead of healing.
This feels like something Nate would try to do. He's going to try casting Cure Ailments on himself at the 2nd level.
Okay,
I mean,
so DC
if
12.
the phrase was "risk it for the biscuit," it enters your
That's
mind.
fine.
It is something Nate would try to do.
18.
Much
18.
better.
So you
Nice.
succeed. So you cast it at, you said 2nd level?
2nd level.
So you remove 2 points of exhaustion, I'm assuming?
Yeah, back to 0.
Okay. Oh, I should mention, by the way, those rolls are unaffected by exhaustion. Otherwise, the class would be practically unplayable.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
So that was your action and your spell cast for the turn. So what can you do for a bonus action that's not a spell?
Just ribbit.
Get 'em.
Yeah.
Ribbit is going to. Okay. The giant toad is going to make a loud ribbit sound, and he is going to try his fast food attack.
Okay. So that's one of the proficiency bonus per long rest, so make sure you mark the thing, but go for it.
Okay.
Hit him with it.
20 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it does a normal attack then, which is
It's D6 plus your modifier, or plus the proficiency.
So that's gonna do 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and then
Okay.
as he ribbits, he where do you go?
He's underneath.
That's also reduced a little bit, because bludgeoning's not so great. Okay, then what?
And he can move 20 feet in any direction without provoking opportunity.
Okay,
So-
yeah, so he's woo.
Yeah, he's just gonna go like ribbit, like hop over this way. So,
Yep.
And then that will be his turn.
Nice. Okay, got him out of harm's way. Way to go. Okay, that's it for that. So that's the Rainbow Ooze's turn that just got freed up. So you can see it. Huh.
Oh no.
Interesting. So you're over here. First of all, you don't have this,
Right.
and you're also in it
Okay.
to win it.
Ooh.
Oh, can they not come near each other?
It's not able to get any closer.
Residuum divisium.
Yep, it
Able
is
to
not able to
cancel
get
out.
any closer. And if it moves to any other space, it's going to get sucked into the gravity well. So it's just gonna basically you see it like so it's made of tons of little, almost like little quicksilver motes, right, of rainbow colored energy, and you see them like hitting against an invisible wall that it just like flattened up against it, like it's raining sideways up against that wall that it can't do anything further. So good maneuvering out of the space.
Yeah, good
All right, that's it for its turn. So that's going to be Flo with Tennille on deck with Rhinoceros to follow. What you got, Flo?
The light beaming out?
Yep.
Did it feel warm when I was that close to it?
They are your body is like singing with energy. Your hair, which normally is like flowing in while it's underwater, is all like rigid. So it looks like you are like electrified hairdo.
I'm gonna carefully try and move out of it, but can I take my scimitar and try to like reflect it off towards the rainbow ooze?
Towards the rainbow ooze. Okay, interesting.
I
Go
wanna
ahead
hit
and
Tennille while
make.
he's in that ooze.
Go ahead and make a. I will call this a roll and add your dex, and hope you roll well. Check.
Nat 20.
Okay, so first take your token.
I already have 3.
Okay, give it to someone who has none.
I have none.
Look how many Nat 20
Slate and
Oh my
Renos just both have
God.
none, just for the record, if you're interested
Okay.
in that too.
I mean,
Okay,
here.
so you very carefully, so there's a whole bunch of different beams of light, and you're right in the middle of this whole like matrix situation. So there's amethyst, emerald, ruby, sapphire, topaz, crystal tanzanite, like an indigo-y color, and a crystal citrine, yellow color. And you're mixing different ones. So you do it. Okay. Go ahead and roll a D300 for me.
Oh.
So that's a D100 plus a D20.
D100 plus D20. Let's do the same color.
The D20 just dictates how good this effect is.
And just a D100?
D100 and the D20 affects
I
how
need
good
this
the.
one. Yeah. Oh. I can't use inspiration on that, can I? Nope.
What'd you go?
I got a 6, and then the roll on the 100 is 29.
29. Okay. Okay. So a couple things happen here. So you, as multiple like
beams of light strike it, your blade begins to get white hot and begins to shift and like striate out into all these like ribbons of multicolored steel and light. So you're holding this big, tall, like, and you're seething with energy as you reflect some of it off of. I love the creativity though. You reflect the beam off towards the thing, and you see it. And like each of the oozes expands into this huge big bubble, like they're being stretched, and then they're all. It dies. It can't hold that bunch of magic in it, so it just instantly. And you just see some rainbow-colored dust fall to the floor there. So we can go ahead and remove that off the table.
Y'all.
We need to get that before
You
I-
also shrink one category, so you are now small flow.
Okay. How does that affect my? Does that affect my speed or anything?
No, but you are disadvantaged on all. You have minus 1d4 on all your attacks because your weapons are small too.
It's like someone cast reduce on you.
Minus 4 or minus?
Yeah. Also,
D4, right?
Oh,
minus d4, not minus 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, yeah, your scimitar is like it's like rehardening into a multicolored, intertwined series of strands of. Roll 2d8 for me.
Really is part. This ones are kind of
just the
coming.
total.
Separately. So
Okay,
what are the
one
two
is an
numbers?
8 and one is a 1.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. So you have captured something in. You surmise you've like turned this into a weird chaos weapon. So.
What?
Who knows what that'll do?
What?
You haven't had time to identify the new effects of it, but it's something now.
It's one of my scimitars. Okay.
So yeah, there's that. Okay, that's it for Flo's turn, or that was your action. Anything else for Flo?
Owl bonus action, second wind.
Okay, and you're gonna stay still.
Yeah.
Confidence, I like it. Okay, go ahead and roll your second wind, D10 plus your fighter level.
10.
Very nice. That's a lot of hit points back.
5. 15.
Okay, that's it for Flo's turn. Tennille, you're up with Rhinoceros on deck, and that could have followed.
Well, I kind of saw some of what just happened.
You did. Right in your face.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. The Nulliferous Ooze. Oh no, that's the side of its turn. Never mind. Go ahead.
Can I try to get out of it? Or
Uh,
am I like stuck?
you're not stuck, but its reach is 0 feet. So if you move, you're actually provoking an attack of opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you'd have to disengage, in which case you'd be fine.
Well, I'm just gonna disengage and move out of this thing.
Good call.
Good call.
Nice.
Because that just seems like a bad idea.
Okay, so you're still underwater at this stage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just remember, you can't speak vocal components of spells when you're underwater. Well, actually,
Well,
that's
he-
a little too unfair. I think you can say it. It just
Well,
sounds
he
goofy.
used his action. He can't cast a spell right now.
Yeah, but I'll just say I'll stand by that for the future. You can cast verbal components underwater unless otherwise specified. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like this whole dungeon just becomes very hard on casters.
So he's just gonna back up, and then I don't think I have anything bonus.
Well,
action
there's
I
the
can
residuum right in that area. If you wanted to pick it up.
do. Well, that's an action to pick it up.
It would be an action to gather it, yeah.
He is going to use his bonus action to search this room for anything we might have missed when we accidentally started a fight with some oozes.
Okay, perception check. Go for it.
We were gonna start it no matter what.
That's a nat 20
Jeez, guys, that 20's all out the wazoo here.
for 31.
Okay.
You see the past.
What
Nailed
didn't
it.
she see? I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much nothing. The thing that you're okay. So a couple things. One is you are noticing that there is 31. What the heck?
Crushed it.
Okay. So perception encumbers more than just sight. So you're hearing some ruckus, like there's a fight down below.
Oh, which is where the Mistbloods are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we go to their rescue.
You are also hearing that there are I don't know if I would say hearing is the right word, but you're also seeing signs of like spell and fire and stuff erupting around the middle of the bridge space, around near the bridge space. You can't see it from where you're at, but you can see some effect of like something's going on there, right?
Okay.
In the room, as far as in the room, answering your initial question, You were pretty sure you've searched this room. The potions and the oozes and the various apparati are unusual. The thing you're noticing also is that the water is like shivering and cold and towards the four spines and stuff like that. And you actually see that it's beginning to sort of slowly like expand, like the ice is expanding towards Slate and I guess the Toad a little bit in that direction from the outermost pillars. It's slow, it's like a creeping ice effect, but you're noticing it. And it's sort of like a spiny tendril. Otherwise, you're really taken, so with a 31, I'll just say it, you're pretty sure that those scales that or those sheets and things like that, you're pretty sure that those are somehow gem or gem encrusted dragon scales.
Oh, snap.
You also notice that the tuning forks of different precious metals, like they're obviously very valuable, and that whole apparatus is really like, that's the stuff you would maybe pay attention to a little bit more.
Okay.
And you're actually seeing make a follow-up religion or insight check for me.
You also see,
I'll say it's more insight than religion.
Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna use one of those tokens to re-roll that. Let's put you.
you also see that this whole thing is a game and you're being controlled by a person above the table.
Yeah, remember, you guys can cash in 5 tokens collectively to get a mega token.
And I'm also gonna roll my food inspiration. So 16 plus 7 is
You're
23.
23? Yeah, okay. So a couple things. So these are the crystal and crystal prisms are also imbued with residuum, which you can see inside them. So if you broke them open or use that somehow, you'd access that. You can tell that they, when aligned previously, seemed to be aligned toward the pillars of ice. And now they are slightly obviated, probably from the water and the room, and over time they've slightly shifted and recast some of their effect. In addition to that, I would say that you might have some idea of how to set it right, or reshape some of this, or reset some of them with some of that. But you, with insight, are getting the sense that this is designed to tune with advanced resonance magic items, recasting or purposing magic items, tuning and changing spells and how they work, and even individuals with flavors, styles, and flows of magical energy, possibly even to affect within miles of this tower. This is like a wavelength adjusting of the magical spectrum machine, or device, and it's off kilter.
But I think, like, looking at it, he kind of gets the feeling like I can kind of see where it's maybe was supposed to go.
Possibly. It would still take a lot, and it's arcane. It's not really in your bailiwick a little bit. But you're getting a sense of, like, you may be able to provide some useful help to someone skilled in Arcana, like Anetka or Renostis, who could then try and readjust it with your extra knowledge that you've added.
What can we use our 5 tokens for?
There's
a list of it. One of the things is an automatic success on any roll that one member of the party makes. After failing, you can turn a failure into any failure into any success.
Which if we're gonna, we could try to
you
fix
could
it.
collectively re-roll initiative. You can collectively remove party exhaustion. Those are the main 3 uses.
So following up on kind of getting the feeling that this could change the energy. We know that there is something about the energy of this lake that's making people, it's sad. It's making people sad.
Yeah.
Possibly. You, with your insight and your great perception, I'll say that seems less related to this.
Okay.
This
so
seems to be affecting arcane magical energy.
Okay.
Right? Which is kind of outside the domain of psychic,
Gotcha.
separate domain.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay.
Since you rolled so well. Alright, that was your bonus action and your action.
Yeah, I'm good.
So sorry, that was a big deviation.
No, that's great.
Renostis is next, unless you've got anything you got.
Renostis is next, so he shouldn't move, but he's gonna just kind of like point at it and like try to like make underwater noises like to like show Renostus like we need to do something.
Okay. Well, he's gonna look at that, and then he's gonna point to the nulliferous ooze right in front of him,
Yeah.
and is gonna make a firebolt attack at him. Ooh, that's a miss. That's a nat 3. Poor Renostus. All right, B, sting him.
Ding 'em, bee.
Bring it, B.
The bee just hits, actually. He does a +7, so good job, B. And D4. 6 points of force damage. You go, bee. You go, Glen Coco. Alright, so that ooze is starting to look worn away, like the majority of its bits have kind of been worn away. Okay, Anetka, you're up.
Okay, let's see.
Then top of the round with Nulliferous Ooze, then Slate the Nocturne.
Okay, let's see. So, she's going. Am I within 30 feet of teeny tiny?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so she'll point at Flo, and suddenly you're wearing a very well. It would normally be a Flo-sized sweater, but with small Flo, it's a very
Dress.
big sweater, and I'll cast Enlarge on you, which should essentially negate the smallness.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And
Yes.
since this is my first transmutation spell of the day,
You have a token, very
I get a
nice.
token.
Yeah.
Do my weapons
Yeah,
become
reshape.
normal
Yep.
size?
It's
Okay.
basically
You're back to normal.
basically you're at minus a d4 and enlarge puts you at a plus d4, so I assume
Okay,
that
I'm
we're
back to
just
normal.
negating that rather than
Thank
trying
you.
to
Plus
plus and then
all the
minus.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine it's actually a very large pink wetsuit.
It's got fishies on it.
It's got a lot of lanolin in it. It keeps you nice and dry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean you're warm. You're not. Your sweater's very heavy, but you're warm.
Heck yeah.
Okay. That's it for that. Your action. Anything for bonus?
Let's see. And what I've seen Tennille kind of wildly trying to point at things.
Sure.
She'll message bonus action message Tennille. What are you saying?
Reaction. I think I can fix it. But I need you and Renostus.
Are you at least looking at the thing that we're...
Yeah, I imagine he's still just like,
Yeah. You can make it clear.
Okay. And let's see. Actually, I'll start moving, knowing I need to get here. Do I have enough space to move around to a friend?
You can move through, friends.
Oh, yeah. She'll be just probably there, so there's other things.
You're also noticing the spires sort of
Yeah,
creeping that direction.
she
you're aware.
will move closer. It puts her next to the ooze, but that's weirdly less scary than mysterious ice spires, so...
Possibly. Alright, anything else? There's move action, bonus action.
Yeah.
Alright, top of the round, round number 9. Your sword starts glowing again.
Woo!
Oh!
So it was temporarily
Oh,
nullified,
okay.
not permanently. But I
So
can't
I'm
tell you
so
that in the
bummed.
moment.
I
No,
was
it's
just
okay.
like,
That's why I was like, it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty serious ooze fight if it's just permanently destroys magic items.
Oh.
Okay, top of the round. Between Slate's and Anetka's legs, 2 crossbow bolts fire at the ooze from the top of the stairs.
Oh,
Oh.
turning around, do we see any familiar...
You do see a eye patch in the darkness, like gleaming with blue light. All right, first shot with her crossbow, Night Song. That is a 19 to hit and a 17 to hit, so both do hit. Okay, and 17 Can I do math or what? 12, 17 plus 12, 29?
Yes.
Alrighty. And that's after reductions, that's going to be total of that. Alright, so you see the 2 bolt and it kind of clears away big troughs of the ooze as you see it starting to have that effect on it.
She is also going to unleash her Psychic Blades ability. Yeah, so that's enough to kill it. So she fires those 2 bolts, and as the second one goes in, you see it gleaming for a second, and then it sort of like, imagine a ripple of the water happening from inside this thing, and it just and disperses and splats. So, dead. All right, and you see this one with a grayish black light, dusty coagulation just fall to the floor there. Just a small amount of it.
Out of combat, can I gather up the dust that fell from the other one and...
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you gather up the you recognize it as residuum dust. Okay.
And then I'm going to swim towards... I'm not going to, like, get within the beams, but I'm going to get as close as I can to it.
Got it. So we're out of combat order now. What are you guys doing?
Does someone want to pick up the other dust who doesn't fully rely on magic for everything?
None of us.
Yeah, have none.
Do you still need help up there? Are you? Can I get back to what I'm doing down here?
Thank you!
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
Neil's gonna start gesturing, or as we're underwater, he can't speak, but he's gonna start
You
gesturing.
can move out of the water now and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's air there.
Well, there's space now. Yeah, there's space now to move.
Um,
And there's the divisium dust there as well.
kind of like to... I think I know how we can realign that. I can help you two realign that, and I'm not sure. I feel like we need to do that.
Okay, why?
I had a feeling.
Okay,
I'll
sure.
caution.
Sure.
How many?
I've got
Inspiration.
2, you've
I'll
got...
do 2.
We got 5.
Yeah, between us we have more than 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start with 1 and then...
I can do 2 because I still have another one, so.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're
Um,
cashing in.
Hey, first for the epic party token. All right. I love it.
Yeah.
So Tennille would kind of guide. I'm not sure if it would be better to have Renostus or Nitka do it, but he would try to guide them, like, no, over there, like,
Nice.
and like kind of point out. I think it was shooting at the creepy crowing pinnacles,
It's all creepy, growing pinnacles.
and I'll also,
Ribbit.
indicate that Slate and Nocturne should GTF away from us.
Ribbit.
Not Toad. Yeah, make sure Toad gets away. He's the best of us.
So yeah, I'm not sure how we want to do the roll, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm here. So
Isn't
maybe.
this an auto pass or?
it's a
After you failed, you can turn it into a
yeah.
Oh, I see.
But you can potentially preserve it by just
Sure.
succeeding in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do an Arcana check with advantage, as well allow.
You still have that D4.
Advantage, still have a D4.
Just so you know, very high DC. You're looking at this now for the first time with like uninterrupted, not gravity pulled eyes, and you're like, wow. Okay, well, this is the most genius thing I've ever seen with magic ever, including any of my professors at the Rainbow Complex.
This was someone's dissertation.
And I imagine Renossus could do his.
As far as you're aware, by the way, this predates the prison here.
19, 26.
26 is a fail.
Okay, then I would like to cash in our epic token.
Okay, that gets you to the DC of 30 to automatically succeed, and you begin to sort of start to look at these glyphs and stuff like that. So first of all, with a 30, I will just say, so this, the terms I'm going to give you are prismaturgy, spectroscomancy, and advanced resonance theory. So that's the situation
She
here.
starts
So
muttering that under her breath.
prismaturgy is relating to the different bands of color and rainbow magic, similar to like a prismatic spray type situation. That combines with spectroscomancy in this sense of different, like what we're talking about with Tennille, different wavelengths of energy. So this is about not just frequencies at which the energy hums, so high or low. You could up-tune a magic item, down-tune a magic item, up-tune spells, down-tune spells, that kind of stuff. Even change the nature of magic, just period, in the area with this stuff. In addition, you recognize, as before, these are residuum-crusted and residuum-inlaid prisms and gem dragon or gem-coated dragon scales to create these things, but they seem to be gemstone all the way through, but bear the shape of dragon scales. In any case, though, advanced resonance theory is also about applying intent to the thing you're trying to do. So ascribing that to what is in the mental understanding about a thing. So what I mean by that is, like, if you wanted to do something that would cut through something, like cut through a defense, you'd use a sword, because a sword is like the mental understanding of sword is that it cuts through things, right? So this is like you tie an idea, the resonant idea, to the act you're trying to accomplish. And the resonant ideas as well as resonant materials, items, etc. This can relate to things like a weapon, and you can kind of see how that's affecting Flo's sword, for instance. But also this could be applying to magic in itself, and this is where it gets into the really advanced stuff. At the moment, it seems to be causing this discord and negative effect, which seems to be allowing the ice to grow. You're not sure what it was supposed to do before, but you know it was supposed to point at the ice. And you're not sure what it's supposed to do, but you can set it back into position if you wish to do so.
I'll set it back into position.
Okay, so you set it back into position, and you see that they all align and create this multicolored several beams of light focusing in the air and then beaming into the almost like if you're imagining like a laser trying to bore into the ice. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem the ice is so dangerous and powerful, it doesn't seem to have any effect on the ice.
Ooh.
But you get the sense that this was the purpose of this device, was to try and create a matrix that can create something to destroy this ice, and was unsuccessful. You also get the sense that the person who knew how to do this created the ice, or drew it forth using this situation. So with your incredible natural success super epic token combo, which I love that you guys used, they used the resonance sort of theory, resonance ability to somehow resonate with the night wall and draw the ice from the night wall into this space.
Oh.
Which you also understand now is what happened at the Frostspine Gardens. So that's a lot of big stuff. The other thing I will say is, you know that you could use this machine in some way with this roll. Rather, I would say with that roll, this was to set it back in, so let's be clear what the roll was. It was to set it back into place and understand it. So I think I've conveyed that, unless you have any questions about that. You can further attempt to somehow use it to adjust magic in the area, adjust or create a magic item, or adjust or create your own magic. You get the sense that one of the simplest ways that you could use it in game terms is to regain all your spell slots. You could potentially gain new spell slots you didn't have before, and or change the nature of how certain spells work. You could create or destroy magic items in this area. So just a few ideas, but you could also change the way magic works. For instance, you could increase your ability with magic and decrease others against it. You could change all magic to make it harder in this area to cast, but each of those would be a different DC, a different attempt, something you would take. You'd at least have to take a round or two to do it. But this thing is like some masterwork device that is super powerful and dangerous, obviously, because it's what it's able to do. But the other thing that strikes you is, given all that power, given all that focus, given all the mixing, matching energies and stuff, it still couldn't penetrate the ice.
Holy shit. So Netka is essentially, just as she's figuring things out, has just babbled all of this almost incoherently to the rest of the party. So,
Hey, Lori, is this something that you're interested in learning more about?
Oh yes, very much. I mean, there's some emerald scales in there that look just like stretches. But yeah, this would be something super powerful, and I would qualify it as like an epic mystery level secret to know how to do this and stuff like that. So definitely worth a lot to me and to the program if you want to. You'd have to. By the way, I should clarify. I'm not really part of the program situation. So you have to take me back to the weird station where you incubated my egg and all that. But then that goes back into the whole network system that they're building. Do you guys know about that?
No,
Oh, well, you do now, because I could, like, intuit it, because I was, like, part of it when you put my egg there, and it was a whole big thing. Anyway,
Can
but anyway.
you control what you tell them?
Not really. Not when I'm in their little, like, spot.
No,
It's awkward. But if you'd like me to gain some more information personally about this, then I can gain that, and it'll be good for me. It looks tasty. Tasty knowledge.
Yeah, we want you to
Well,
grow.
We
So
love
she just, like, and, like, her long emerald tongue just, like, oh, I stuck. I stuck over electric. And you see she's like, there's like white and gold glowing inside her for a second. And she's like, well, that was good. And she just sort of shivers and she's like noticeably bigger now.
Aww.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, we hoard knowledge like our cousins hoard treasures.
That's fair.
People like used to hunt us down for all our secrets.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, there's probably lots of secrets left in the scales of these ones, but you know, I think they're kind of occupied. This is pretty special. But you kind of hit the nail on the head. You really got it there. I'll say for the purposes of the narrative, she like touches her forehead to you when you get like all that knowledge and information to intuit this. She's helping you out a little bit.
Yeah. Should I try to use it? Would using it, would that take away from it trying to control the ice?
So you don't get the sense that it's doing anything to control the ice.
Okay, well.
Is the tendril still coming out, or did that?
Very slowly, yes.
Oh, even with that.
You get the sense. Go ahead and make an insight check for me. While he's doing that, yeah, like you could try and attempt something, and how well or not it goes is based on your rolls and bordered with your knowledge.
17.
17. You get the sense that it's seeking intelligent things.
So we should probably.
Oh, that's why it wasn't going after frog.
Pretty much.
Should I use my locate object to see if we can figure out where some of this other stuff is?
Yeah, guys. Gotta say, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't dally and I mean, this magic stuff, totally sweet. Two things. One, what's Evan gonna do with it when he sees it?
I was
And
also
also,
thinking the same thing.
We can probably ask him soon, and he kind of like points out the window, and you see they are fighting. Evan and his team are fighting and cleaning up the ley leeches that were at the center of the bridge area.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't have reset that.
Well, no, now they get. So is there any way we can like collapse this room, or? Because even Evan might not be the worst. What's Fully in the Fox gonna do with this information if Greyjoy finds it? Redjoy.
It's not like stable enough or small enough to where we could take it with us, right?
You could attempt to remove some of the scales and tuning forks, but you know, intense magical energies, so
Yeah.
potential risk for sure. But there's absolutely a possibility that you'd be able to at least scramble or disable it in some way,
We should just let it disable.
or take pieces of it. I mean, if we've made this work in the first place, and you can turn something magic, do we want to turn something else magic? Because
Well,
I
yeah.
like your sweet sword there,
I know.
Flo. But
Yeah, I was
do we want to
thinking-
do something similar with another weapon that we got here?
Yeah, I was thinking that, or I could gain new spell slots, but I don't want to mess with it beyond. But I like the new magic.
Or if you want to do that, I'd
Yeah,
say
seriously.
depends on how long you guys want to do. It's going to take probably 1 or 2 rounds to do each attempt that you make, including attempting to take the plates away or scramble or whatever. Anything you do with it's going to take time, right? Because remember, a round is 6 seconds, so we're being very generous with the conversation here.
Yeah.
But
Does Slate have any magical weapons?
he does not. He has 2 non-magical weapons. He has his thieves' tools, which is adamantine, but non-magical, and then he has his halberd and a longsword. So he's 3.
Do we want to? A Nocturne. Yeah, his is magical. His is Pact of the Blade. You've got magical
Okay.
stuff. Do we want to try to maybe turn thieves' tools or the cow cleaver magic?
Sure.
Yeah.
While you do that, I
That's the
can.
cow.
Cow cleaver's already magic.
It is already magic.
Yeah.
You're just making it more magic or less magic.
I can try to locate maybe one of the items that we're searching for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
You gonna do that?
Yeah. What do we want to locate?
Okay. Also, the pile of divisium just like on the floor.
Somebody should pick that up.
From what we know, do we feel like it would be bad to touch it?
No, still see any bottles?
Does he?
Do I have bottles?
Because I could potentially.
He safely just bottles it up.
Okay, great.
But he'll hand it to you so that I don't have to keep track of inventory.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
small vial
Unless
of
you want it
divisium.
with where we have residuum and stuff.
Well, I think they
has.
So you get small
You have
vial
it.
of divisium.
I have the residuum. Do we want to do a book or do we want to do the bowl?
Let's do the bowl. Let's.
Locate object on the bowl.
Okay, and I'll
Okay.
say.
Spend the slot. What
Yeah.
slot is that? Second one?
Second one.
You do
Slate,
not find it.
which
Like
weapon would you like to be magical? I don't know.
Any of them really, but should I do my? He kind of holds up the beginnings of his cloak of daggers, or one of the swords. What do you guys think? I don't know what Brandon would want. I think he's getting along on the daggers already, so I think we'll try the thieves' tools. Unless you guys really think you should do something different.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
These
All
two.
right. So what's going to happen here is we're going to need, and Slate will roll separately as well.
You've been betraying me.
So let's see what we're going for here. I'm going to call this ahead of time. I'll say this is a DC 25 Arcana check.
Okay. Cool.
So would you like advantage or would you like Slate to roll separately?
He's pretty.
He's got +9.
Yeah, I've got +7. Yeah, he can roll separately. He's
Okay. Good luck to you and Slate.
Brandon, if there is ever a time to be with me, this is your own damn magic weapon.
Did he roll a natural 1?
15. 22.
22. Okay. So he sticks the blade in, and you see it immediately like unravel super wildly
Oof.
in a much more intense way than what Flo had going on before. It's like it's scattered 20 feet in every direction. Like the metal of it has been striated out, and you can actually see pieces of it are like not separated, but like floating, like they've got like some mutual gravity situation going on to keep them in orbit of each other. And you see the pieces sort of, and now he's just holding like, it's just like a porcupine array of spiky blade stuff. So what I will say is that so the intent was to try and imbue it with some kind of beneficial magic. I would say that it is now imbued with a charge of powerful chaotic magic, and which will get unleashed the next time he attacks, and also it will destroy the weapon as he attacks.
Well, good.
So
Rest in peace, thieves' tools.
rest in peace, thieves' tools. He's got other weapons. He's got his great sword, his glaive and longsword. And it was, I think it's safe to say Brandon would like do that. Unless someone has a token to give him an advantage on his roll.
I mean, like, you can have my...
Yeah, remember, what you can use a reaction to use a token to give someone else.
Done that.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Spend your token. We'll give it another whirl. All right, take 2. No! Natural 3.
Oh,
no.
So I'm going to say the same thing happened. Sorry, I tried. I don't know.
Cool.
That's like when I rolled with Renostas for the other stuff.
Did we, those 2 potions that she picked up, did we figure out what those were?
We did not identify them as of yet.
Oh,
They're both magical.
Got it.
Both.
You can taste them to try them out, but you can also identify.
Let's not taste the mystery magic potions.
Ooh, can I lick it?
Very neat. Very neat.
You'll probably die or turn into some weird magic
I don't
thing.
think that's happened to me before, has it?
You do have identify, which you can hard cast if you want to risk it.
I was thinking more like we're on a time crunch, so
It's an action to do.
Yeah. So you could have done that while we were messing with.
Yeah, it would be DC 11 because it's a first level spell.
would it be identify
Is it a first
on?
level spell?
It is a first
Yeah.
spell.
It doesn't say. It says R.
R can be cast as a ritual for plus 10 minutes, but 10
Gotcha.
minutes is a bunch of rounds. So
Sure.
if you want to do it instantly, if you do it as a ritual, by the way, it's free. You don't have to test.
Right.
Whereas here, you can do it right away and risk the.
Yeah. We'll pass for now. I don't think it's urgent.
Great. Sounds good. What are we doing further in this room, team?
Well, it sounds like Evan might be clearing out the leeches for us.
Should we go down to the next floor? Keep looking for the bowl?
We could go
I'm
down.
worried about this thing, but maybe we...
I mean, the next floor is the last one, right?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we still hear combat coming from?
You do not. You don't hear any noise coming from that space.
But it's probably already empty.
Yeah, because the Mistblood. Well, there was something down there. I'm sure the Mistbloods got it.
They were there for, they were there for at least a couple rounds that you heard stuff going down. You don't know how thoroughly they searched in that time, if they were also fighting, but you don't hear anything down there now.
Let's go down.
Okay, going down. Next level.
We'll get this out.
Go down, potentially, then go across, and
I gotta get rid of you.
Me to move.
Yeah, that would be okay, please. Alrighty.
very cool.
Sorry,
No worries.
I just have enough space for each level of these towers to fit in the system. Alright, so you guys come down. It's a stairway. This looks like the bottom floor there's a door here. This is like kind of broken open and watery. It's not totally broken open, but it is water seeping through like cracks and stuff like that. It looks like there's floating remnants of storage crates and things like that kind of floating around. It looks like foodstuffs, maybe, as you guys are down in this area. It's all underwater, though, so it looks like it's just been soaked through, as far as you can tell. You do notice what are strangely... So these doors are open, and they seem to lead to some kind of foyer area. This door is there's a wooden door here that's rotted, and it looks like it's a couple of guest bedrooms, maybe. And there's a wood door here that's also rotten. It looks like it leads to what looks like a very nice dinner set. That's like eerily just sitting there, still set with places and gold finery set, glowing now in the sort of phosphorescent green. What's most interesting about this room, at a glance, at least from your guys' area, is there's a door here and there's a door here. You can really only see this door, but this door is made with it's made of the blue stone and has a sapio steel, it's a blue steel sheet where a handle should be. It's just a sheet, but it's a small panel sheet, and you can see sort of shifting reminiscent of like equations or reminiscent of some kind of situation there, but it's kind of difficult to really parse or understand. So that's what you guys see from up above. Are we going down?
Going down.
Going down.
All right, so let's move your minis into that space. So, as far as you can determine, like this floor is flooded thanks to some small openings and breakages, cracks more or less that have just let endless water through over time. But the floor is set with several the rotten wooded doors and the pair of intact stone doors that I talked about. The hall itself is decorated with fabulous fixtures of art, ruined and obfuscated by decades of decrepitude, but it seems like most of them are set in little alcoves. Some of them look like they may still be intact to some degree, but that's the situation. In the middle of the room, you see the mangled and burned and destroyed corpses of what look like two pretty big crabs, and a third crab that's probably big enough to, like, reach, I don't know, its arm span. Is probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 feet across, maybe 30 feet across. Very big thing. You also notice that they look like they have almost purplish fluid leaking from like a gaping hole in the top of their carapace that looks like it has a mouth. So they had some kind of like serpentine fluid eel living in the top of their carapaces. But they are all destroyed and mangled, and their limbs are strewn about, damaged, crushed. You know, they've clearly been thoroughly slain.
Thanks, Miss Bloods. No.
But no sign of the Mistbloods. Actually, as a result of them, no, they would have shut the doors behind them.
This door.
Yeah. Thank you. So, All the doors are closed except for the ones that are rotten. Like they've the ones that I said are rotten and describe the rooms that you can see into. They've like broken down those. They've punched through those doors or broken them open. It's super easy to open them because they're so decrepit. I mean, this has been sunken for at least several decades.
You said there's a door that has like a blue sapio steel like inlay on it, like where the handle will be. I'm gonna kind of tap Slate and be like, underwater. Can't say anything.
He just looks at you and then looks at the door.
Does Flo's voice go through okay? Or no?
No, you can't speak underwater.
Even though I'm
I mean, you can speak Aquan underwater, but no one can understand you.
Oh.
So that doesn't really help you. Your Aquan sounds even more fluid and wonderful underwater, actually, but unfortunately no one can understand your dialect.
Annette will probably
Right.
message
He
you.
just sort of...
Message. Can you repeat that in words?
So for at first you feel like a presence blocking you, and you just hear, I suppose he said he'd allow it. Right. Yeah, sorry about that. Brain Friend and Intuition says, these are sapio locks. Only people with a certain mental wavelength can, like, open them. Yeah, I'm not at that wavelength. It's a little beyond me, but yeah.
Yeah. Does Brain Friend think any of us are on that wavelength? Don't laugh at me, Brain Friend.
What's your intelligence score?
19.
Yeah, actually. Renostus is not, but you are. So Renostus has an int score of 20.
Oh.
So
It's like specifically this what it needs. So good job on what you are.
okay.
You worked so hard.
The store was made for you.
Stone was made for me, and weird leveling of having a 20 and then going down. Do I just like put my hand on it? Like, is it gonna hurt me? What do I?
Probably not. It's good. It's a good thing none of us tried beforehand, though, because it would have been real bad.
Okay. She'll swim over and she'll put her hand on the lock.
Okay, you just see it sort of. The door just sort of dissipates for a second, and you can head on inside. You see that this room is actually half flooded, and that there are some. Pardon me. There are some.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh, good. Sorry, that Space Invade here. So.
How dare you set up maps for us? Very mad about that.
Yeah.
So this side is flooded. This side is dry.
Okay.
So does everyone pile in?
Yeah.
On the dry side.
On the dry side, presumably.
Maybe not full, but you know, the
I can be wherever.
the dust that can't breathe underwater.
Maybe Flo can keep watch.
Yeah.
Nocturne can also breathe underwater, so.
Yeah, that's true.
And Slate.
And Renostus.
Neil and Anitka are actually.
Okay, so this is divided down by a barrier of liquid impermeability. Seems to have been a large and secure storing facility. Shelving, lockboxes, pickling jars, and numerous other areas can be both seen in both the dry and submerged sections. So that's what this series of shelving is supposed to represent, is some stuff like that. And then there are 3... There's a chest that's in the dry, a chest that's half and half, and a chest that's in the wet. Okay, so after visitation, however, let me look here.
We will make them our friends and add them to our collection.
Okay, so first of all, all of you hear a sort of whispered sound. You hear Intuitins, Immortan, Incarnus. As you just enter this like general area. But also, the dry chest is open and emptied. The half-drowned chest is, let's see, they went there. Yep. is still shut. And the third chest, the third chest is also emptied. So only the middle chest remains. The thing that was different about the middle chest, it seems, is that it also has one of these locks, but now it's a circle instead of a plate, a rectangular shape, and seems to hum at a different resonance.
That call message. Brain friend.
Yeah, confirm. Don't touch as we are right now. That's beyond all of us. But we might be able to do something if we're able to pattern our thoughts something different. Not really sure how that's supposed to happen.
And I'm very good at patterning.
Apparently it's got to do with one of these... He points to the bottles. That's all he'll say. He's being real right jerk about it.
And Echo kind of telephone.
I mean, we all can talk right now.
Oh.
We all heard that.
She'll like still be automatically and like message Flo that same information she just heard.
I mean, I am on the roof, so.
Yeah, and the message to Neil.
I'm right here.
Oh, wait. We're not underwater anymore, are we?
Also, I should point out, by the way, the third open chest that's in the completely drowned section was very decrepit looking and has like a black, nauseating shadow lock that is still present, although open, and you see like a big glyph, like a burn mark on the back of the wall in some kind of arcane sigil.
Ooh. So you said the brain had something to do with the bottles.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Should we investigate the bottles then?
The walls.
Do we want to keep going? Do we want to open this chest or do we want to keep going?
Loot. I feel like I'm channeling Brandon's support for
I
loot.
mean, as much as I'm in favor of that, we'll also get many more shiny things if we win.
Maybe, but
What if one
But
of the
loot
things
right
we
here.
need is right in this box,
What if
though?
the thing we need is right in the box?
Wow, you're starting to sound like Slate. Yeah,
Oh.
I'll take a look at the bottles.
okay. You gonna make a identify or just a roll?
Just a roll.
Okay. I'll allow as an action, so we're taking a round here. I'll allow Arcana or Nature.
Is this the bottles from this room, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. Someone else can do one too. Arcana or Nature on
I
the
can
other one.
identify.
Which one? Do you want to try? So yeah, let's be clear about which one we're attempting, and which one we're doing what with. So which one are you drawing? There's the blue Quicksilver in like grayish green briny fluid, and there's the glowing purple one.
I'll look at the glowing purple if you want to identify the blue and silver. Ooh.
Okay. So it's DC 11 for this particular check. Good luck.
11
On the nose.
on the nose.
With a plus, you also get a +3, but
Oh,
you,
plus 3, so 14.
yeah, you always add your charisma modifier. It's a spellcasting ability check.
Gotcha.
But 14's a pass. Yeah, so I'll get to that one in just a second. What was your roll?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is pretty good. This is a potion of maximum power. You drink it, and the next spell within a minute that you cast after drinking it, while within that's 4th level or lower, that does damage. You don't roll; you just do maximum damage.
Oh! So, do this and then lightning bolt someone at the 5th level? Or 4th level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Inflict wounds somebody at the 4th level.
Yep.
Light.
Spicy.
You passed. This is a very rare potion called a thought pattern potion. It has liquefied sapio steel in it as part of its effect. You drink it, and for the next minute, you can change your intelligence score between where it is and 22. However, at the end of it, you have to make a DC, an intelligence saving throw at the DC of the highest you went to. So if you went to 20, it'd be 20, 22. And if you fail, you are stunned for 1d4 rounds.
Well, I mean, if, like, Tennille does it and he gets stunned, Slate can just carry him to the next room.
Yeah.
True. Can do.
Just Brenfan say where you need to.
How smart do I need to be to do this?
I mean, smarter than you are now, but that's not a surprise.
That's literally what he said. But I imagine this one looks like way more complex than the previous one.
So on a scale of 1 to 22, would you say it's
So Tennille's just gonna grab
Make
the
an
potion.
insight check. Make an insight check, Neil.
Okay.
Gotta make you work for it a little bit.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, this is a 22.
He's gonna give me the potion.
Okay.
Alright,
You're gonna
Tiny,
take
I'm counting on you to carry me.
it? Gotcha. And he's already got his arms like around you, just giving you like a big
Guzzle
hug.
it and like.
Okay, so immediately you're just like, first of all, yeah. So first of all, you're like getting that equation. So you can calculate the angle of every piece of masonry in this area when you're looking around. You can actually see, like you immediately know you are like X feet, X inches, X quarter inches to Anetka. Her skin temperature is this degrees. The water is this degrees. The walls, you can tell that they are resonating at a certain area of psychic effect, and that all of the walls' resonance is off kilter somehow. Like this whole tower's resonance is off kilter.
People
somehow.
say that it's all off kilter.
Yeah, and you can see you and the you can see that the lock is now white to you.
I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you.
We'll see about that when Slate's carrying you out of here.
He will go over and open it.
Okay. And obviously the water into the half of it, but it's barriered off by the other half.
Yeah.
So half the but it's okay because thankfully because all that's in there are potions. So there are 2 more of these glowing purple potions. There is a golden potion with a mote of black star inside of it.
Ooh.
There is some kind of pale, effervescent-looking oil. There is a potion that is somewhat purplish blue and has like a small little brain floating in it. And there are 2 more of these thought pattern potions.
Oh, wait, 2.
So it's a big cache. I mean, you're +1 on that, +2 on the max power ones, and then these other mixed motley. So.
Could you repeat those again?
Sure. So we've got 2 extra potions of maximum power, 1 golden potion with a black mote in it, black silver mote in it, 1 potion that seems to have some kind of like slick, but effervescent and like almost ghostly green pale fluid in it, almost gaseous. Another one that has a small squashy looking brain floating in purple and blue fluid, and then 2 more of these thought pattern potions.
Cool.
Cool.
Alright. I got this for a minute, right? I'm really super smart for a minute.
Well, you're gonna need that as much as possible because people like you, they need all the help they can get. But thank you for finding all this special things. We'll be taking that right now. And you see Evan just like walk right around the corner. And with that, we'll go ahead and stop for tonight's.
Fuck off, Evan!